The train headed for Sunset City will be departing soon.
Pup, you promised you wouldn't drink at the stag party.
Oh man, I said I wouldn't drink at the stag party. Oh man, well, listen, the stag party. This was funnier in my head. Let's just move on.
Yeah, the fact that we did it three times and it didn't work any of the times. It's very unfortunate. Hello, everybody.
God, that sucks.
Welcome to Sunset City, the Sonic podcast for the classic and modern age, with the quickest intro that I think we've ever had. All right, I'm your host, Garrulous64, and today I'm joined as usual by Channel a Pup. And gotta be Frank.
Hello.
I don't know why Pup didn't say hi. That's kind of weird.
I did. I just made a silly little girlish laugh.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear it. Anyway, welcome to the show. Today we're going to be talking about a whole lot of Sonic stuff as per usual, mainly the DC Sonic crossover and probably some other stuff, so stay tuned. But we do have a little bit of housekeeping before we start. We have super chats enabled, and as you know, we will read those at the end of the stream as to not disrupt the flow of our, shithousery. And we also have a Patreon and channel memberships that get you perks that you can check out by clicking the join button below the video. Hooray, that's it.
No, it's not. No, you have to read out the patrons.
Oh, shit. Well, you didn't send me the... Hold on, it's on the list, right? Hold on.
Yeah.
Sorry, I knew I was forgot something.
Yeah,
is that in important resources?
It sure is,
Yes.
buddy. It's your... Oh, hang on. No, do not watch
Okay.
YouTube videos
And
while
thank you
streaming.
to our $10 Bat Enjoyer tier Patreons and YouTube channel members. My Great Rolls, Ven101, Aiden Fitzgerald, Stardust Chaos, Crimson Rose, Mr. SP, and KB. If you want shoutouts like that, check out the join button below. Thank you very much, guys.
You know, when you say migrate roles, it sounds like you're demanding that the roles migrate.
My Great Rolls.
Move.
I mean, maybe,
Leave.
I don't know, they could, I guess.
Oh, yeah.
That's
Yeah.
right, Rolls. Go back to where you came
Actually,
from.
technically,
Jesus
I had
bakery.
some,
Christ.
there were some great rolls
I said the
migrated
bakery.
from my parents' house to my house, and it was pretty good.
God.
Oh, look at me. I'm Dylan, and I ordered takeaway food. Oh.
No, I said from my parents' house. I didn't take...
Why are you ordering for your food to be taken away?
Off with their
should-
heads! Take them away!
We should probably, We
Dylan's
should
eating
probably clarify that, like, our favorite Hollywood elite, Trey Nobles, he couldn't make it today, because the California weather has melted his internet service providers.
Oh, because my internet
My
hurts.
internet, my internussy. So, Trey,
I'm sorry. We love you, Trey. Sorry about your internet.
I'm not.
As okay, I kind of sort of want to say that, like, you know what, if the weather is melting some ISPs, start with Spectrum, just to send a message. Actually, no, don't start with Spectrum. Start with something else. Send a message so Spectrum can get their shit together.
Send
once
a
in a while.
message that doesn't affect me, please.
And now it's time
Yeah.
for the top 3 internet service providers we'd all like to put on blast. Frank has said Spectrum.
Verizon.
And Now TV. Fuck you all.
I don't think they're... Okay, I'm going to say this real quick. Just not even a hot take. I don't think this is a very cold, frigid take. All
Lukewarm
ISPs
take.
are bad. Every single
Yeah,
one of them.
don't say that because
Yeah.
that doesn't... Like, you're right, but don't say it because otherwise they won't feel the need to adhere to a certain standard, you know?
They're not going to listen
Well,
to us. They already don't. Like, we were paying... Okay, listen, actually, this is a great tangent for the start of the stream about internet. So, a while ago, it was probably maybe 5 or 6 years, I was living at my dad's house, and he had gotten, like, mail about, we can reduce our internet bill by switching to Cox. And
To what?
he was like, okay.
Switching
I
to
knew you were going to
what?
fucking say that. I knew it. I don't
It's
like the name either. I don't like it either. But listen,
It's
so...
okay. They like Cox in
So
that
we're-
area.
So
Oh,
we're
I
gonna
like-
switch. We're gonna
the
switch to the other
best
company, right?
provider.
For, like, less money on our bill. And he told me
Yeah.
that, and I said, "Okay, that's fine." So we get it switched out. It was very quick. I didn't lose any time for YouTube or anything. And I go to stream Freedom Planet that night, with the new Wi-Fi,
Mhm.
and it immediately, I'm dropping into the red like every few minutes, and I'm like, "Hey, Dad, we need to call them because something's not right. Like, we're supposed to be getting better internet than we had before, and it's worse now. Like, I've never seen it drop like this." And he was like, "Yeah, sure, we'll call them tomorrow." So we called up the internet people, And they were like, yeah, it says this here you get the 1,000 up, 1,000 down. And what are you getting? And I was like, I'm getting about like 100 up and like 2 down. Or sorry, the opposite, like 2 down and like 100 up or something.
You just said the same thing again, just in a
I
different
know,
order.
I know. I didn't mean that. I meant I have only like 1 upload, 2 upload, 100 downloads. Not what we're paying for.
It's like his download is fine. It's just his upload is like horrible.
Yeah, no, my upload was horrible, so I couldn't upload videos in timely manners, and I couldn't stream. So they were like, "Oh, it says here you have like the gigabit alternative that they have," and I was like, "Yeah, we do. We're paying for that." And they go, "Oh, but it says here you don't have those fiber cords in your neighborhood, so you can't even get those speeds." So those fuckers sold us a package that we couldn't even use and didn't tell us until we talked to the guys on the phone the next day. So then they came back and we got the Verizon thing back. We swapped back. And we ended up getting more money off of our Verizon than we had originally because we were returning.
So you might say that Cox was a little flaccid in the upload department.
Yeah. Yep. But I couldn't believe that they sold us that shit and we couldn't use it.
Somebody upsold their Cox.
Don't you hate when people lie about their cocks?
Dude, I hate that. It's everything that happens.
This is why you never take Cox recommendations from your dad.
All right, that's enough. That's gotta be a short. We gotta get Trey on these shorts.
Come on, Trey, do something.
We can talk to him later. Anyway.
Oh, look at me. I'm Trey. I'm going to make short. Oh.
So it says here, we've got Sonic Rumble release window.
Oh wait, no! Ignore that. That's old weed. We need to get new weed in.
We got an official Sonic timeline.
We do actually.
We did, but I didn't read it. I mean, maybe I can look at it now. Maybe I'll look at it now. Yeah, we could live react.
It only really clarifies a few things. Yeah, let's look up this official. Could you send me a link to it as well so I can kind of commentate along?
Yes, hold on. So I think we're gonna have to use the auto translation because it's not in English.
Oh no!
Unless you speak Japanese.
Oh.
And I'm playing Sonic Dream Team right now. Like I'm playing the new Shadow levels.
It's also worth noting though they have clarified a few little bits as well. They've talked about Sonic Spinball because Sonic Spinball is an interesting little outlier when it comes to Sonic in that it's a Sonic game.
Would you like me to do a live reading of this?
Sure, if you want, but I was gonna quickly just say big news for Archie and SatAMverse fans. So yeah, where it says about Sonic Spinball, I thought what they would do is be like, oh yeah, no, Sonic Spinball. It was the 8-bit version, which doesn't feature any of the SatAM cast or anything like that. No, they do list the 16-bit version and say it takes place on the planet Mobius. The implication is just that Sonic doesn't live there. So, to the Archieverse fans and stuff, this is a big day because the implication now is that
good news.
Mobius exists. The Freedom Fighters, they're out there. It's just none of the adventures now take place on Mobius.
We haven't used them yet.
It's
interesting because, I wonder if Ian Flynn's the one fighting for that because he knows that people want to see them again.
Possibly, and also, while obviously, the canon thing is that Sonic's a bit of a drifter, he doesn't really have a home, it does seem to be implied that Sonic lives on South Island now. So it's while he might not have a home within that, he lives on South Island, so he could live in fucking Labyrinth for shits and giggles or something. Who knows?
That would be the worst choice for anyone to ever.
Yeah, but he does it to himself because he feels like he needs a test.
He wakes up and instead of an alarm clock, he has 80 gallons of water dump on his head.
What do you reckon Sonic's favorite place in South Island would be? Aside from Green Hill, because obviously he said one of his favorite spots in Sonic Forces, but I reckon he'd enjoy Spring Yard.
I think he'd like Starlight.
Oh yeah, that would just be fun.
I think Starlight would be a really nice place for a nap. I feel like he'd like that.
Starlight would be such a good place to take a walk.
I feel like you would get mugged in Starlight Zone.
It's true. It's like a city after dark.
Well, yeah, more like a construction zone, isn't it?
Then again, is Spring Yard not technically a skate park on the outskirts of a city? Because you see the city in the background.
I thought that was a garbage dump, personally.
Spring Yard?
Yeah, I thought it was like they just threw a bunch of shit over there, and that's where all it landed. Like it's just kind of sitting around.
I believe it's classified as like an amusement park stage, but I think it like I always had the idea that it was no, when I was a kid I thought it was fucking chocolate. But like as an adult, I've always been under kind of the impression that it's like a skate park on the outskirts of the city.
I could see that. I could see
Spring
a skate
Yard
park.
is Portland, Oregon. Absolute dog hole. You will find human feces there. Release the puka.
Okay. All right, so you want me to read this thing? I'm actually really curious to read this because I feel like Ian Flynn definitely had a hand in like stringing this together. You think?
Dude, you know,
right?
I'm absolutely buzzing to hear you read this. I couldn't be more excited. So can you actually do this?
Yeah, no, I don't know how long this will take, but hopefully people enjoy this if you haven't heard it yet. Actually, would you want to put this would you want me to could I share my screen? I could scroll through it and like show you what I'm reading. That way like you could put it on the screen or something behind you.
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I really don't care for you. Horses, a second. Dilnor 64.
Yep. I want you to see this because it has a lot of I like a lot of the way this is written or translated, just like the way it says like prehistory. It's like
That's
okay.
awesome. That's hard.
We're in the BC section of Sonic lore.
All right, then it's
okay,
ready.
are we good?
Yeah, time is now.
It would be more
Okay.
like it would be more like BS, like before Sonic.
Yes.
BS.
So what is I want to
bullshit.
see what these do real quick. Does this do Oh, this opens individual game summaries, so I don't think we need to do that. But we're going to read through the time.
To the Steam page for Sonic Unleashed. Oh, that's right. It's not available
Yeah.
on PC unless you play the
No, it's a
recap.
GitHub page, dude.
I know.
Okay. Anyway. Sonic Prehistory. Destruction and Rebirth by Dark Gaia and Light Gaia. History has been repeating itself with Dark Gaia destroying the Earth and Light Gaia healing and healing over millions of years. Ancients and
Try
Chaos
again.
Emeralds.
There you go.
No, I stopped myself. I didn't do it. The Ancients take refuge on Earth with the Chaos Emeralds. A small number of his descendants who fled to a place called Mystic Ruins build the Temple of the Master Emerald. With the passage of hundreds of thousands of years, the Ancients... I'm sorry, listen.
No, you did
I was
it.
grown. That's how I just grew. The
Also,
Ancients
this is
eventually became Chao.
So what's the
So we know
Coco?
this. So I've heard the Coco were like little good luck charms or whatever they had back then. That was
But
like
we
those
now
little
have
necklaces
the
they wore.
confirmation that the Chao are actually descendants of the Ancients,
Well,
which confirms that the
they-
Chao are descendants of Chaos.
They confirmed this in Frontiers. They confirmed this in Frontiers.
They didn't confirm that they
This
were the
is just
Chao. They
restating.
confirmed that they were the Coco.
They did.
No, not that they're
No,
the Chao.
didn't they? Because I
They
remember
literally-
hearing this
no.
before. I remember hearing that due to the radiation and
theory.
stuff from the Master Emerald, they turned into the Chao.
No,
and
that
then
was a
Chaos
theory.
remutated.
That was only ever a fan
Oh, that was a theory?
Since Sonic Adventure 1 as well.
Oh, well, I always thought... I mean, I knew Chaos was the mutated Chao. That was always said, right?
No,
Well,
it
that was
wasn't.
always
That was
fair.
only ever a fan theory.
Really? And
Yeah.
I just accepted that. Just accepted it.
Heartbeat City's comment
I'm
got
part
me
of the
thinking about
problem.
Daredevil. But
Anyway, sorry,
yeah.
I was misled before. So so anyway, that's very cool to know.
Mhm.
So the Ancients transformed into the Chao over time. I'm gonna get you someday.
You're a dick.
And it's gonna look like an
I'm gonna
accident, or
get
maybe
you like
not.
he's a fucking cat. Like,
All right. Next up, tens of thousands of years ago, Dark Gaia's destruction of the Earth, the oldest record. The Earth is destroyed by Dark Gaia, a super energetic life form that... Why do they write it like he's like a fun guy? Like he's a cool guy to be around.
it's a translation, but like, yeah, he's awesome. Like, he's fucking sick.
He's a super energetic life form that originated in the core of the star. This event was later recorded in the ancient text Gaia Scrolls, all right? And that's what Eggman finds before he decides to blow up the planet. Tens of thousands to thousands of years? The
oh, sorry.
ancestors...
Also, Dilnor, it was confirmed by Dr. Robotnik, so yes, you are correct. Sorry.
What did you say?
That your theory and how you said it was revealed in Frontiers. Apparently, Robotnik says that in the memos. So.
Okay, yeah, that's what I thought. But I was willing to fold on that because I'm, forgetful. But okay, cool. So the ancestors of the Babylonian bandits drift to Earth. A spaceship from distant space is out of control, and a race that is the ancestor of the Babylonian bandits crash lands on Earth. At that time, the engine units of the detached ships were scattered around the world and later became known as the Ark of the Stars. The exact timing is unknown. I assume this is what it's called in Japanese. They probably mean Babylonian Guardian. Babylonian Garden, right?
Probably, yeah.
Yeah,
But that
there's a
sounds
couple-
way cooler than
there's
the
a
Ark of the Stars.
Yeah.
There are a couple things that are translated to what they would be in Japanese. So,
In Japanese,
like,
yeah.
Yeah, like we've been warned
Yeah,
ahead
yeah.
that Elise
Like the
will be
bandits, like
pronounced as
Babylonian
Elise
bandits,
here.
it felt like was self-explanatory.
Yeah,
You know,
the
so I
Babel-
didn't stop.
Even though I think that's a way better
This-
name as well, because alliteration.
Alliteration,
yeah,
I
love
do
the
like
alliteration.
that. And Babylonian Rogues is fine. It's just I feel like it doesn't really mean anything really, or like it
They
doesn't.
just
I don't know.
kinda-
I feel like Babylonian bandits. I think sounds really nice. I agree. But anyway, yes. I thought that was Sonic Free Riders for a second. I was like, dude. All right. Thousands of years ago, the Wrath of Chaos destroys the Echidna tribe. The Echidna tribe raids the Temple of the Master Emerald in an attempt to steal the Master Emerald. In doing so, his companion Chao is sacrificed, and the Echidna tribe is destroyed by the enraged Chaos.
Honestly, fair.
Yeah, okay, we all know that. Tragic. 2,000 years ago, we're getting pretty recent. The Black Arms stepping the ground. What? Stepping the ground for the Earth invasion. Okay, so they're preparing Earth for invasion, basically, by going
Yeah.
to Gerald. The Black Arms drop the Temple of Flying on Earth's Griffith.
Cool.
Yeah, okay. Birth of Emmer. I think it's
So
Emerald.
how are you going to pronounce that as Emerald, huh? Like,
Because
it's
that's how
Emerald.
it's spelled. Listen,
It's pronounced
In-
Emil.
that's a-
It's
that's a
spelled
stupid-ass
Emil.
name.
You're all stupid. You're all
it's
stupid.
in an ancient civilization, the
See, you-
combat robot
oh.
Gizoid is created. One of them was later named Emerald. Love that. Okay, 50
The
years
Chaos
ago.
Emmer.
It just sounds bad. I don't like that. Black Doom and the Covenant of Darkness. That's awesome. That
That's
sounds
awesome.
insane.
Damn,
That's
that
sick.
goes hard.
That's a game
That goes
right
hard
there.
as fuck. All right, Black Doom contacts Professor Gerald. In exchange for a guide to the invasion of Earth 50 years later, he provides his DNA. Shadow is then
Gross.
created and based on this.
I know it's a
Shadow is created
translation.
and based on this.
I know it's a translation, but I love the idea of Professor Gerald Robotic just
Multi-
passing Black Doom a book that says how to invade the Earth.
All right, here we go. The Great Destruction. The Great Destruction of the Ark. In the Ark, the ancient combat robot Gizoid that is the subject of research goes out of control. Extensive damage was caused to the Ark facility. It is one of the factors in the Ark intervention by Gun. And that's why we see it in Shadow, Dark Beginnings, or whatever that show was
I
called.
still can't believe you give me so much shit for saying Emil, yet you pronounce ancient as ancient.
There's a C in the word.
Yeah, I know, but a C can make a S sound.
I know, but shut your damn mouth.
Fair enough.
Gun's raid on the Ark. I wish they hadn't used this picture. I wish they'd used a picture from Dark Beginnings, because God, I hate that Maria model, dude.
It's so funny, though. I like the honesty.
She's so ugly, dude. Like, actually, you know what's funny? Is she actually looks a little bit like this. You know, in Sonic Adventure 2, they have that secret secretary theme you can get for the main menu. I feel like that's the exact same face model that they have for the secretary theme.
Well, it turns out that the secretary is actually Maria. She survived. She was only shot in the leg.
She survived.
And, she's fine now. She's a secretary now.
They only winged her.
Yeah, she's a political
That
stooge
actually-
now.
Could you imagine, though? That would have actually been a crazy twist if it's like, why is there a theme for the secretary in here, and it's revealed in a secret ending that it's Maria and she survived?
I remember Nick saying, though, he would have loved it if both Dark
crazy.
Beginnings and Shadow Generations used the old Maria model, and without any explanation. Like, everyone else has their updated models, but the Maria model
we
is
can
the
mod
same.
that back in. Okay, anyway, sorry. So Gun's raid on the Ark. Caught up in the sudden attack by Gun, Maria loses her life. Angered by the loss of his granddaughter, Gerald prepares for revenge on the Ark system and the Shadow. But Gerald is also imprisoned and executed. Whoops.
He's gonna take revenge on Shadow. He's got some really misplaced anger.
All right, 10 years ago, what the fuck are you doing here? What is this 10 years ago? Oh, Sonic and it. What? 10 years ago, alternate history by Sonic and Elise? Sonic and Elise travel back in time and blow out the flames of Solaris, which is the beginning of the tragedy. As a result, the Solaris experiment did not fail. The world was saved from crisis, and the devastated future became a peaceful world. However, this series of events has never happened in history. Then why is it here?
We swear it never
Why-
actually happened.
Why did you put it on the timeline then? I
Wouldn't
don't
that be
understand.
so funny if in like actual educational timelines we had stuff like this? Just like, oh, by the way, in an alternate dimension, this happened.
See, by the way, George Washington actually traveled back in time to make sure he didn't cut down the cherry tree, and he does lie now. So that other shit didn't happen.
They lie now.
Politicians lie now in this universe because of George Washington. Thanks.
Wait a minute. His thing was never lying.
Remember, he went, "I will not tell a lie." I did not. Remember, the story was he chopped down the cherry tree in his parents' house, and they asked, "Did you chop down the cherry tree?" And he goes, "I will not tell a lie. I did. I fucking did it."
That's why fucking
And I
Tom
do it again.
Sawyer is now a thing.
What's with the Tom Sawyer shit?
I don't know. You tell me, America. What's with the Tom
Dude,
Sawyer
learn some
shit?
other fucking. Learn some real American poets or something. Throw out like a Henry David Thoreau or something.
Oh, look at
sometime.
me. I'm Dylan. I know who American poets are. Oh.
Yeah, I fucking went to college. Yeah,
Oh, look at me.
read a
I'm
bunch of
Dylan and I
poets.
went to college. Oh.
Yeah, I fucking did. I did go to college. Yeah, I did. It sucked.
Oh,
It was
look
awful.
at me. I'm Dylan. I went to college.
You ever read a 20-page essay? It fucking blows.
I've written that shit. I've been to college.
Oh, look at me. I'm Pup. I've been to college.
Oh, look
Yeah,
at
I've
me.
been to
I'm
college.
Frank and
You
I'm
can-
making fun of Pop and Dylan for going to college. Oh.
But for real though, writing a 20-page essay is fucking garbage. That was awful.
What did you study?
Not the same as writing a 20-page script. A 20-page script, totally different.
What did you study? I bet it was
yeah.
gardening or some stupid shit.
Gardening? No, I was an English major. So it was
English
no. I wish I
major.
was a film student.
It's your native language. What do you need to study that for a major for, you idiot?
What do you mean? I read like a bunch of the shit that people who speak the language wrote. That's part of it.
You read my messages all the time, or you don't actually, because you're a bad friend.
Listen, you were a butchering of the English language.
I'm not I am the OG. I literally created the language in an alternate timeline.
And we are the improvement. But anyway, sorry, what was I saying?
In an alternate timeline, I would have agreed with him.
Yeah, well, in an alternate timeline, Dylan says ancient correctly.
Ancient. All
So
right,
you can
moving
do it,
on.
he just chooses not to.
I forgot what we were talking about, so we're gonna keep going. All right, Solaris experiment failed. Sealing of
That's probably
Elise.
Iblis.
They keep getting Elise's
Iblis.
name wrong, I think.
No, it's Iblis.
Oh, Iblis, you think?
Elise would be
They got-
Eris because that's the Japanese
Yeah.
name.
It's Eris or Eris, and then but here it says Ellis. So I thought they just got her name wrong.
You know what's funny? I forgot Elise's name when I was reading through this. I'm like, Eris.
Oh yeah,
Who
Eris.
the fuck is this again?
Yeah.
Oh, look,
I was like, oh, yeah,
yeah,
and
it's
I'm
the-
going to
it's
read
the-
Huckleberry Finn there. Is
But-
that better?
That is
Oh, it's,
actually a better reference. Or anyway,
It's
but when I
the
saw
Princess
Ellis, I
of
thought
Soliana.
of
It's like, who the fuck is this?
when I saw Ellis, I thought of Left 4 Dead 2.
Oh, why is it
And
say
that's
Ellis then?
really
Yeah,
fucking funny.
that's interesting. I guess they must have spelt her
That's
name
why I was
wrong.
confused. That's why
Yeah, no,
I saw
sorry.
this and I was
gotta
like, oh, it's
remember-
another misspelling.
So you got to remember, this is all done through like Google Translate. So there's probably like a few
Yeah.
errors in there.
Yeah, no, I'm not making fun of the translation or anything. I'm making fun of the fact that it's funny because it's mistranslated.
I'm making fun of the fact that it's funny. That is a sentence right there.
I mean, yeah, like I'm not like blaming Google Translate. I'm not like, wow, Google Translate. like
Next time
But
someone's
anyway.
like, "Oh, stop making fun of my dead cat," I'll just be like, "I'm not making fun of your dead cat. I'm making fun of the fact it's funny."
I think that's a little different.
Uh,
But anyway,
let's
the
just move
Solaris, yeah, the Solaris experiment failed. Sealing of Iblis and Mephiles or whatever. King Soliana fails in his experiment with Solaris in order to prevent the flames of calamity. In
Much
order
better
to
name.
prevent the flames of disaster from being conjured up and destroying
Oh,
the
come on,
world,
man.
he sacrifices his own life and seals Iblis and his daughter
Okay, yeah.
Elise.
Oh wait, no, yeah,
He
that
seals
makes a lot more
Evelyn
sense.
and his daughter Elise.
That makes wait. So Iblis is spelled different as well. That's weird. That's weird. Like, why would it translate that differently? It doesn't matter. Let's just go ahead and completely read it.
on. Make a traffic going ain't shit ruins.
Yeah.
Don't do this, Jack. Don't do this to me.
Oh, they
Classic
ain't
Sonic
shit
era.
Because
Okay,
they're
so
in
this
ruins.
is where the franchise goes downhill. All right, so yeah.
This is
go
where
ahead.
things start to go down. Yeah, this is where the beginning
This
of
is
the
where
end
the
is, I would
greatest
say.
era of video game ever was, and
All
nothing
right,
has topped
classic
it
Sonic
since.
era. Dr. Eggman raids the South Island. Sonic beats him. And then, after a fateful encounter with Sonic on Little Planet, Amy gets involved in Dr. Eggman's evil deeds and is kidnapped by Metal Sonic. Sonic defeats Metal Sonic to rescue Amy and crush Dr. Eggman's ambitions.
For a second, like, you know when your mind fills in the blanks, I thought it said Emmy has a crush on Dr. Eggman, and I was like, well, that's quite a continuity change.
When I saw crush at the end, and I thought it was going to say Sonic had a crush, and I was like, I don't think so.
I thought that was Princess Sally.
I actually love the idea of one of Sonic's love interests having a crush on Robotnik.
I think that has some weird ethical shit going on with it.
It would be so funny.
Hey.
I mean, some of their fans are like
Fiona
that.
Fox doing that, I think, actually. Now
It
that you say
also means,
that.
though, that Amy is the OG Sonic friend.
Actually, in the
technically, yeah.
I think in the bios, something I saw recently said like
long-term bestie, right?
Oh no, sorry. It's in the long-term bestie in the DC comic. Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
He calls her my long-term bestie.
Ha, bestie.
Yeah.
Sorry, Amy.
Which no, I think that's adorable. I actually love that for them.
It's funny because I'm actually on. That was like the last page I was reading.
No,
I
Sonic... I understand the whole like erasure of like the love interest thing, but I do like the idea that he can just say, "Hey, she's my bestie," and she doesn't go like, "Oh."
Sonic's always considered her a bestie anyway, but I just like the idea that she's smiling there, but hours later she went home to punch a mirror.
I like that she's happy about it. I guess that's what I mean. Like it's good.
It could all be a front. She could just be doing that, and then again she goes home, starts punching a wall.
Yeah, listens to Evanescence. She and Shadow just sit there monging out to Evanescence.
That's so fucking funny.
Oh
she goes home and listens to
It is my headcanon that those two have like the same taste in music.
Yeah, we know that they do. Maybe, she hangs out with Shadow, and eventually she'll figure out the obvious. Shadow is the guy for her. Sunset Shipping, it's an episode. You can watch it online.
That's right. We're getting off topic. Back to the timeline.
We're getting off track.
We can complete it at least. Death Egg crashes into Angel Island. Sonic and Tails work together to repel Dr. Eggman as he attacks West Side Island. The destroyed space fortress Death Egg crashed into Angel Island.
I love the idea. Where it says repel Eggman, I just love the idea that they got a big magnet out and Robotnik is just stuck hovering above the magnet. And I don't know what to do!
He's got a lot of metal on his body and like his mechanics, I'm assuming, so he could probably just like...
It's the wrong, wrong polarity, so it's just pushing it away.
He's moving the Death Egg towards Earth, and he's like, I'm going to win this time! And then the magnet comes out.
Why can't I get it?
No!
They have one magnet, and Knuckles is just like, but how does it work?
Yeah.
Oh, God. All right, anyway. Master Emerald recaptured. Prevent the resurrection of the Fortress of the Death Egg. Dr. Eggman tricked Knuckles into stealing the Master Emerald and plotting to resurrect the crashed Space Fortress. However, Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles worked together to destroy the Death Egg and thwart Dr. Eggman's ambitions to conquer the world. The Master Emerald was restored, and Angel Island rose to the sky again. As we know.
Before Darkseid fucking destroyed it.
Before Darkseid showed up and fucking said, no.
Get back in the sea.
So we got some mania here. Mysterious secret stone, Phantom Ruby. Dr. Eggman unearths a gem with mysterious powers called Phantom Ruby, and the power sends Sonic, Tails, and Knuckles to various worlds. After being repelled by Sonic, Dr. Eggman left his hands... Wait, what?
Dr. Eggman just left him behind. He's like, I don't need these. Leaves.
Oh, no, I see what this is. The Phantom Ruby left his hands, disappeared across time and space into the world of modern Sonic in Sonic Force.
Wait, before we move on, I just want to say, these captions all read like Dragon Ball Z types, like, Mysterious Secret Stone, the Terrible Phantom Ruby.
They do. And then the description is, last time on Sonic, Dr. Eggman unearths a gem with mysterious powers called the Phantom Ruby. And the power... I'll read the next one like that. Ready?
Oh shit! The Battle of the Phantom Ruby. Sorry, I hijacked you.
The Battle of the Phantom Ruby.
You've got to have that,
After saving the world with modern Sonic and Sonic forces, Sonic returned to the original time. As he chases the flying Phantom Ruby, he discovers Mighty and Ray, spelled incorrectly, who have also been captured. Sonic rescues two people, one of whom is fake. He rescued his comrades and defeated Dr. Eggman, who once again had the Phantom Ruby in his hand, and the peace of the world was once again preserved.
So Plus is canon, like the Encore mode is actually canon to the... That's really funny.
Yeah.
Oh, so, sorry.
Encore is canon.
Dylan, before you read out the rest of the rest of the caption, you got to have like an exclamation first, because like they always it's like, "Oh damn it, the terrible Cybermen" or something like.
Okay. Holy shit! Dr. Eggman invades the North Star Islands.
It's got to be the terrible Dr. Eggman.
Ugh.
The devious Dr. Eggman.
The devious Dr. Eggman invades the North Star Islands. Dr. Eggman and the bounty hunter Fang invade the North Star Islands. He takes advantage of Trip, who lives in the area, and takes him around. Sonic and his friends use the new power of the Chaos Emeralds, the Emerald power, to stop Dr. Eggman and his friends from doing anything wrong. Great.
From doing
okay.
Don't smoke weed, Eggman.
I guess.
Don't do it.
I mean, it vaguely was just him doing wrong things on the island. Like, he wasn't really doing anything specific.
So this is fucking amazing. The implication here that modern Sonic's very first adventure was this.
Yeah, I think Frank and Dave sent me this. They said Sonic 4 happens before Sonic Adventure, and I was
This
like,
is such an L.
what? Like, why?
Which is interesting because there is a certain pocket adventure that is completely ignored.
This is also, though,
we'll get to that. We'll get to
such fuel to the fire that Sonic started sucking because he got green eyes. Like,
yeah.
Oh, God.
So, fierce battle with the resurrected Metal Sonic. Dr. Eggman makes a full comeback to Metal Sonic. What? Dr. Eggman makes... Yeah, sure, whatever.
yeah, he's like,
Death
yeah,
Egg
hey.
Mach in the sky above Little Planet. These are not sentences anymore.
Death Egg Mark II in the sky above Little Planet.
Oh,
Little
sorry,
Planet 2.
because they put... Little Planet 2?
It seems to be a
2
paragraphing issue, I think.
Let me just... Okay, so Metal Sonic makes a full recovery thanks to Eggman, and they come back to Little Planet. They set up for world domination. However, Sonic once again wins a fierce battle with Metal Sonic and wins and destroys the Death Egg Mark II, and Eggman's ambitions are shattered. Okay, that one was the roughest one to read, with the auto-translation, I think.
I'll be damned.
And there's the one we all know and love. Sonic and his friends save the world from crisis caused by perfect chaos. Dr. Eggman wants to free the chaos sealed in Master Emerald and use it for world domination. However, chaos goes out of control and evolves into perfect chaos, and the world is on the verge of great destruction. However, due to the thoughts of Sonic and many people, the Chaos Emeralds, which had lost their power, were revived, and Sonic transforms into Super Sonic, stopping perfect chaos and crushing Dr. Eggman's ambitions yet again.
Hold on a minute.
They really like talking about
where...
crushing his ambitions.
Sonic comes across as a real bad guy in this, but like they forgot the part where Sonic couldn't defeat Perfect Chaos without Knuckles going to the ancestral plane to forgive Longclaw first.
Shut up, Pup. Pup working his fan fictions in.
Shut up, it's canon.
Anyway, next up, an alternate universe of light and dreams, the crisis of Marinara River.
How does that say Mara?
Lumina.
It literally says Margina.
Nah. Lumina, the guardian spirit of marginal
name of that
marginal award?
Marginali War. What was it? Oh, Imaginary World. That makes sense. It's called Imaginary World.
Dude, the way that is the way that looks in English when it's not like properly localized, I'm like, this seems intense. I don't know. Imaginary World summons Sonic and the others to stop the Void from conquering Imaginary World. Sonic and his friends, along with Lumina, use magic cards and Force Jewels to save Imaginary World from collapse, and it fucking sucked the whole time through.
It had style, though.
A lot of things have style. Doesn't fix much.
It had real moxie.
Awakening of the Shadows. Dr. Eggman awakens Shadow and tries to use him to conquer the world, but is reversed by Shadow as he tries to carry out his revenge plan left by Gerald. In the final stage of his revenge, Shadow regains his true memories with the help of Amy. There you go, Pup. You're always talking about that shit. You talk about that all the time.
It was the right thing
He
to
teamed
do.
up with Sonic himself to save the world.
Except no, he was redeemed by stars, which is somehow even better.
Look, the first adventure of Cream and Cheese. I'm so happy this is on the timeline. That's so funny. Sonic meets Cream and helps her along with his friends. They rescue the kidnapped Vanilla and defeat Dr. Eggman, who is plotting to build Eggman Land again.
God, he just doesn't stop. He's on the grind.
Never
He's
gives
determined.
up. All right, Masterpiece of Rebellion. That's a really good subtitle. Let's see. Metal Sonic, who has an ego, rebels and imprisons Dr. Eggman. And
to go to that extent to insult him like that.
Why'd they do him like that? That sucks. That's you know what? Like, if he was in the instruction booklet, you know how it's like, oh, Eggman's a feminist and like all that shit. Remember, imagine it goes to Metal Sonic. It says he's got a huge fucking ego.
I just want to remind everyone.
On this pitch.
This is the same website that said, like, Sonic is 6 years old in the past, and they've replaced it with the Grand Timeline.
Alright, anyway, sorry, I started to laugh in the middle of this. He sends a challenge letter to Sonic and the others to conquer the world under Eggman's name. In the course of battle, Metal Sonic collected Sonic's bio data and powered up, but he was eventually defeated by Sonic and the others.
Tragic.
Shadow repels Black Doom's invasion of Earth. Black Doom, an invader from
Magnet.
outer space, invades Earth. After being provoked by Black Doom to learn about his past, Shadow travels the world in search of the Chaos Emeralds, sometimes antagonizing Sonic and the others. After various conflicts, Shadow defeated Black Doom and fulfilled his wishes entrusted to him, and decided to overcome the past and move forward. That's really interesting.
Sorry, go on.
That they write it like that. So I was gonna say it's really interesting specifically that they wrote it like that, because that implies there is one true pathway in Shadow the Hedgehog that is like explicitly canon.
I mean, it is, isn't it? Like, it's effectively the hero one.
But it's not, though, because it says sometimes antagonizing Sonic and the others, and after various conflicts, which I think that means he bounces around a little bit. Because he wouldn't be antagonizing Sonic and the others if he was doing the pure good route. He only does stuff to help them.
My favorite part, though, is just after various conflicts, implying that these conflicts between him and Black Doom were really varied. Like, one of them was, like, Renaissance-era fights with cannons and bows. One of them was, future with lasers.
That's not what I was going to say. I was thinking when they meant various conflicts, I was kind of reading the same sentence back there, the last sentence as well, where, like, it might mean various conflicts with Sonic as well. I'm just curious about that. I wonder if they'll clarify, like, which one he thinks would be, like, the one true timeline in Shadow the Hedgehog.
Oh, look at me.
Interesting. Emerald's growth and runaway. Dr. Eggman tries to reboot the ancient weapon Gizoid and use it for world domination, but it doesn't work and he destroys it. Sonic picks it up and names him Emerald and grows him. Dr. Eggman tries to use Emerald, who has gained power as a combat weapon, but ends up letting him go wild. There's no way to stop Emerald safely, and Sonic defeats him. Yeah. Birth of ZML? What? Gemerald?
Oh, so it sure as hell ain't pronounced Zemerl, is it?
Yeah, Zemerl.
Shut your mouth. Different words are pronounced differently. You should know this.
I get one word in. I get one.
No, not you,
sentence
Frank.
in,
Not you. I was talking to him.
Up. No,
not you. Not you. No. Look at me. I'm Frank, and I misinterpreted.
Yeah, I gotta say, it was really unbecoming of you to say that to Frank Dillon.
I didn't say it to
and he's
Frank.
hitting me with that as well. Man, I you sure you want this to be a 2-person show? I can go.
I'm on the offensive.
You are supposed to be the heart of the show, according to Ian. You're supposed to be the heart of the show, and yet here you are being the
I'm fucking awesome.
pancreas.
What do you mean? I bet if we did a poll in chat right now, they'd be like, Dylan's the best, dude.
He's treating me like the pancreas.
I wasn't even yelling. I was yelling at Pup because he interrupted me. Oh my gosh.
I don't think it's okay that you lie to Frank like that. Anyways, we'll continue on. We don't need to stall this any longer.
Birth of, I want to say though, Zemel is a really fun name as opposed to, I like that more than Gemerald. But anyway, Dr. Eggman uses the power of the Chaos Emeralds to divide the world into 7 parts. He tried to push Sonic and the others away many times with Gemerald, a combat robot developed based on Emerald. But he couldn't win. In the end, Gemerald went out of control. Shocker. Dr. Eggman is defeated. Later, Gemerald was recovered and repaired and adjusted by Tails, and he was left to live as part of the Cream family. Okay. Geez, how many more things are this? We're still in the classic era?
No, that's kind of messed up. We're technically in the modern Sonic.
All right, Blaze, the princess of another world, comes to the world of Sonic and his friends. Following the stolen soul emeralds, Blaze comes to Sonic's world from another world through his interactions with Amy and Cream. Through her interactions with Amy and Cream, as well as her struggles with Sonic, Blaze has come to trust Sonic and the others a little. Sonic and Blaze work together to defeat Dr. Eggman and that other guy, and Blaze regained the soul emeralds and returned to her own world.
That other guy. That was a really great way of handling it.
I don't say that character's name. because of the
Yeah,
funny
'cause-
guys.
No,
in the comment
I wouldn't either. And it's
because the people in chat are terrible. Not our
people
people.
No,
wanna-
I'm gonna say not this chat, not this chat.
You know who you know who
I
you
made
are.
Sonic Rush videos in the past, and even though you pronunciate that name, people in the comments still think it's funny to be like, "What did you say?" And it's
sorry,
like, dude,
I have to
I said
quickly
go
read
get-
this
say
comment.
about it, man. I didn't do anything. I didn't do it.
I have to quickly read this comment from Bad Nick Mechanic. Garrulus is the brains, Frank is the diplomat, Pup is madness, and Trey is California.
That's a
Oh,
good.
look at me! I'm.
If you think I'm the brains, that's crazy.
Hollywood
Thank you.
Oh.
It's because I wear glasses.
It is true. Like, yeah, you as the
Hey,
brain
Dave.
is a severe overestimation. Everyone knows that behind my crazy.
It's partial. I think I have
is
moments where I
incredible
have really good
intelligence.
ideas. I think I have good moments, but not all the
Yeah, again, you're more of a Milhouse than a Martin Prince, if that makes sense.
A major incident surrounding the Flame of Calamity begins to move. That's a horrible sentence. Dr. Eggman kidnaps the sealed Princess Elise in order to obtain the Flames of Disaster. Sonic runs to help her, and Silver, who has traveled back in time to kill Sonic in order to save the future... This is a lot. Hold on, this sentence is not... Okay. Sonic runs to help her, and Silver, who has traveled back in time to kill Sonic in order to save the future, Shadow, who visited Dr. Eggman's base on a mission, and the mysterious being, Mephiles, are entangled in their own agendas and fates and become involved in a major incident. So that was a very long sentence with no punctuation, except commas. All right. Oh, no punctuation. What? The world's fastest battle with the Babylonian thieves.
Don't you? Have you never played
okay.
Sonic Battle?
I haven't. No. It's a sequel, I guess. Dr. Eggman hosted the Extreme Gear World's fastest final. The prize is the Chaos Emeralds, and Sonic and the Babylonian Rogues compete in a heated race. But the race was a trap for Dr. Eggman to steal the treasures of Temple Babylon. And he won. He actually did it.
I missed the Babylon Bandits. That was way cooler.
That was better. Sonic and Tails get lost in the world of Blaze.
That's
Sonic and Tails
literally
are
like
caught in
us when we smoke.
I'm lost in the world of Blaze. Sonic and Tails
That's
are
you
caught in a
guys.
storm and drift into the world of Blaze. They are rescued by... sorry, I was Marin. Marine, a self-proclaimed adventurer, and while investigating the islands, they reunite with Blaze. However, before he could rejoice at the reunion, he decided to chase the pirate with Blaze. What do you mean before he could rejoice? He was really, 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 really happy to see her, guys. He was really, really happy. Interesting. Let's see. He said to chase the pirates with Blaze in pursuit of the national treasure, the treasure wand that was stolen in front of him.
National treasure.
Sonic and his friends.
This is his
Can you imagine
Blu-ray
if
of
Nicolas
National
Cage
Treasure.
stole the treasure wand instead of the Declaration of Independence.
It's like we found the treasure wand on a map that's on the back of
Yeah.
the Declaration of Independence.
All right, his friends defeated Dr. Eggman and that other fucking guy who were just controlling the pirates, recovered the Staff of Jewels, which was also called the treasure wand.
The idea that they're trying to look for it by putting like lime juice on the back of the Declaration of Independence.
Blaze, look, the Declaration's it's got a map on the back. It's the
They got to
Chili
run
Dogs
a red light
reveal
just to
the
get a
map.
picture.
All right, Runaway Aerial Ruins, Babylon Garden. I don't actually know the plot of this game. Oh wait, this is the first Riders again. Wait, why?
No, it's not. The
Is
other
it-
one, that's Sonic Riders Zero Gravity.
Oh, okay. I see. I saw the logo and I got
Yeah, the
screwed.
cover art's different.
All right, the ancestors of the Jets who were able to warp with gravity transformation. That spaceship was the modern-day Babylon Garden, and the Star Arc was its engine unit. When all 5 arcs of stars gather in the Babylon Garden in the sky, the output goes out of control, and the Babylon Garden almost turns into a black hole. Thanks to the efforts of Sonic and Jet, the worst was averted. Any questions?
I have no questions. That was all very succinctly put. Good job.
Okay. Dr. Eggman forces Dark Gaia to awaken. In order to realize his ambitions yet again, Dr. Eggman stole Supersonic's powers, split the star into 7 pieces. They keep saying star, they mean Earth. I don't know why they keep saying that.
I mean,
They forcibly awakened Dark Gaia. Sonic, along with his amnesiac chip, traveled to the... Sorry, that's not right. Sonic, along with his amnesiac Hatsune Miku, traveled to the Temple of Gaia. to restore the Chaos Emerald and the world that had lost its powers, and regain his powers, and defeat Dark Gaia.
Dude, Hatsune Miku is totally in that game, man.
She was in there the whole time.
Yeah.
Friendship.
Also, has
Right.
Eggman ever decided to just like not try to take over the world?
I think he has too many
run
ambitions.
a theme park the normal way.
Holy
Get some investments
he-
done.
This fucking guy's got too much ambition. Look again. Look.
He's so ambitious.
I was thinking, maybe be like the manager at like a grocery store or something.
Like a GameStop or something, yeah.
I don't know if I want that.
Okay, friendship with the alien wisps. Dr. Eggman takes over the planets where the wisps live and builds the Egg Planet Park. He plans to steal the powerful energy of the wisps, the aliens who live there, and activate a terrifying weapon. Sonic and the others work together with the wisps to thwart Dr. Eggman's ambitions, even though they don't speak the language.
Also, I was going to say this.
That's such a tiny part of it. I love it.
Eggman splitting a star into 5 pieces actually would go. That'd be a good way to destroy the entire
everything
solar system. Yeah,
that'd
be pretty. It'd be like, oh, the sun's in 5 pieces somehow.
Coincidentally, we're on Sonic Colors where like a giant black hole does open up and it is really dangerous. I think blowing up the sun would be much worse.
Wouldn't that just lead into a black hole? Actually, no.
That's kind of it's just over. I think it's over.
That's a supernova you're thinking of.
Yeah, whatever.
Yeah, supernova is like an explosion. Isn't it like a black hole, like when it kind of collapses on itself?
Yeah, it's like a singularity. Like it collapses down on itself. Yeah. Oh, look at this! Like they're showing the HD version of Generations instead of the old one now.
They want you to buy that one.
Yeah, after his defeat at Egg Planet Park, Dr. Eggman finds a time eater who can manipulate time and space. It's a good thing he just fucking found that thing, just sitting around. Using that power, he summons his past self and begins a plan to rewrite the timeline. Sonic was sucked in by the time eater that suddenly appeared, and when he woke up, he found himself in a pure white void. There, he teamed up with his smaller self to restore the world and his friends that had been drained of life and color, and defeat the 2 Eggmen and the time eater. Got it? Okay.
All makes sense to me.
And then we have Shadow. Yeah, Shadow Gens. Resurrected, the fleeting darkness and light, taking advantage of the space-time anomaly caused by the Time Eater, Black Doom is resurrected. When he reunites with Shadow in white space, he provokes Shadow and encourages him to awaken his powers. On the other hand, Maria and Gerald, who should have lost their lives long ago, are also resurrected. Spend a fleeting precious time with Shadow in a suspended space-time. Eventually, Black Doom tries to absorb Shadow, who has been completed as the strongest Black Arms warrior, but Shadow's heart is not swallowed by darkness and he refuses. With Maria's wish in mind, he defeats Black Doom. Hell yeah. At the kingdom... What? The Extreme Gear World Championship will be held in the kingdom of Ta'egg? What? Ta'egg? Where's Ta'egg? I've never heard of that. Okay. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm just making sure we didn't drop connection. Dr. Eggman disguises himself as King Doc of the Ta'egg Kingdom in order to incorporate the biodata of Sonic and other races into Metal Sonic. See, that didn't work so well last time. The winner will be given a huge prize money and treasure to the world of Extreme Gear, the World Grand Prix. The race began with the thoughts of each of the participating teams. Okay, I mean, not like that matters too much, I guess, but interesting that Eggman's like, hey, let's do the Sonic Heroes thing again, except, don't turn into a giant fucking dragon, okay? The 6 demons betray Dr. Eggman. This is biblical now. We're getting into the New Testament. So Dr. Eggman finds the Lost Hex, a phantom land inhabited by the Oni clan, and uses their weak point, the conch shell, to use the 6 demons to absorb life energy from Earth. That's so much more badass than Sonic Lost World has ever been. Just writing it like that.
They know how to frame it. They know it's like part of telling a good story is telling it well.
It's insane. Like, just good writing for an automatic translation, too. However, with the loss of the conch shell, the 6 demons betray Eggman and banish him, stealing his device, draining his life energy, and threatening the Earth to collapse. Sonic and Dr. Eggman reluctantly team up to defeat the 6 demons and defeat them. And then Eggman turns on you at the last second, because he has to, of course. King Dodonpa holds a car racing tournament in the kingdom of Donpa.
See, now we're getting down to the real shit. Like...
Yeah. Dr. Eggman plans to steal the ultimate power engine developed by Donpa of the kingdom of Donpa and abuse it. However, he misuses the engine and he is defeated by Sonic and his friends, and his ambitions are shattered.
He's so bad at this. Like, he's really bad at it.
Ambition. If you have ambition in the Sonic world, Sonic is going to break your legs. Okay, here comes the realest shit. The world 99% conquered by Dr. Eggman is liberated by the duo of Sonic and Avatar, and also Classic Sonic.
We're just gonna ignore that.
A duo? Okay. Dr. Eggman uses his newfound Phantom Ruby to create an infinite army and conquer 99% of the world with infinite. That's confusing. He is just so for people listening at home, he doesn't create an army of infinites. He creates an infinite army and is also hanging out with a guy named Infinite. Two different things. Let's see. However, Dr. Eggman and his friends were defeated by the resistance forces formed by Sonic's friends and the Avatars, who joined them. Modern and classic Sonic, and peace was returned to the world.
Okay, so quickly, before we can you just quickly scroll up again to Sonic Forces?
Yeah.
Okay, let me think for a second here. Okay, so Dr. Eggman and his friends. We're implying that he's buddies with, like, Zavok and shit. Like, they're buddies.
It's also funny that they're not real, so his friends are like...
That's so sad. No wonder Sonic was like, you have no friends, so many times in that game.
I forgot. You've got none.
Oh, that's right, you have no friends. That's like a fucking Cool Cat Saves the Kids quote. But also, where it says avatars, I just thought, how cool would it be if there was like an online component, and rather than just enlisting one avatar, they enlisted like thousands, and you see a few other online avatars in the cutscenes and stuff. So it's like a global enlistment. And like...
I kind of thought of it like your avatar is obviously the ones on the front line, but like the fact that they have that huge army of like, you know, like at the very end when they do that really shitty like war scene.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Well, yeah, everyone's speculating.
I kind of imagine it like that. Yeah. Like all of them are
like...
kind of like avatars in quotation marks, sort of.
But
and they
reuse
people...
Sorry, go on.
And they reuse them like repeatedly. Like you can see how many of the exact same avatar are there.
Yeah, but instead load in like other people's avatars. You're saying that would have been more engaging.
I was also going to say
like,
for the scenes that take place in the Resistance HQ. I shouldn't call it the war room. For the scenes that take place in Resistance HQ, you could have it so that your friends on like PSN or whatever will show up in those cutscenes. Any of your friends that own the game.
That's like, you know what, actually exactly what you're describing? Nintendo used to do that all the time with like Wii U games. Like you guys remember, like whenever there would be Mii's in a video game on the Wii U, it would pull from not only your system data, but I think it would also pull from your friends list and show like your friends' Mii's and stuff.
That sounds slightly alarming, I'm not gonna lie.
Why?
It doesn't just harvest your data, it harvests the data of your friends too.
Yeah, but it's only going to Nintendo, it's not going to Silicon Valley.
True. Yeah, Nintendo are definitely trustworthy. Like they're a good company.
Yeah, they've never done anything wrong ever yet.
They're my friend.
I wasn't really gonna say that. I was gonna say I trust them a little more.
Thanks to John Nintendo for coming to my house this weekend and enjoying the turkey dinner I cooked for him.
Yeah.
Oh, look at me! I have turkey dinner with Nintendo.
John Nintendo. Okay.
Also, one last thing I want to mention about Forces is when we're scrolling through all these things, we have screenshots. We haven't had a screenshot in a while, and we finally get a new one. It's this absolutely rigid, sauceless fucking garbage from Forces. Like, look at this.
It looks like Classic Sonic is going to put on a talent show, and Tails is there to support him, and Sonic is there to support Tails, and everyone else is there just waiting for Classic Sonic to do his thing.
I'm gonna be the first one to say, I have not been using Blender super long. I don't know shit about lighting. But this whole scene just looks so fucking sad.
Sonic Forces does not have the greatest lighting in the world. Like, it's very flat. Very plastic.
It's an ugly game.
Nowhere near as ugly as Frontiers, though. Like, I'd take 1,000 Forces.
Well, yeah, obviously, but that's just
Frontiers.
Oh, speaking of, yeah.
Oh.
Speaking of, a mysterious girl detains Knuckles in cyberspace. Knuckles is flown to Ares Island while investigating an old ruin found on Angel Island. In front of Knuckles, who thinks it's the work of Dr. Eggman, a mysterious girl appears and traps him in cyberspace.
Move your body.
Sonic and Sage protect the world from the end. Dr. Eggman tries to harness the technology of the ancient people of the Starfall Islands for his ambitions, no doubt, and connects to the network, causing a series of incidents. Sage, who evolved through access to the technology of the ancients, begins to interfere with Sonic in order to protect Eggman, who is trapped in cyberspace. In the process, Sage focuses on the unknown possibilities of Sonic, which cannot be answered by calculation, and proposes to Dr. Eggman to fight the true enemy. Together, they defeat the end and save the world. That's funny, and that's kind of interesting. They put it like that because that means either ending can be canon. They don't say either way what happened. But
They should
the
definitely.
same...
I find it so funny still how the game that was meant to reinforce Sonic canon has 2 endings.
Yeah, it has 2 endings, and they're not committing to either one of them. Like, I feel like the new ending is obviously the one they want to use, because it's like, why would they put that in there? You know, if they...
I mean, yeah, it's the
didn't.
one that shows at, like, the symphony as well. It's the one that,
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, either way, you could kind of swing it either way, because, like, Sage
Yeah.
does technically return in the original ending as well.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Pretty sure the murder of Sonic the Hedgehog dropped before Final Horizon as well, and Sage was in there.
Oh, and
we
Sage
kind
is
of
there.
accepted it.
Yeah. That's true.
People are making fun of
Okay.
the way you say ancients in the chat, you idiot.
Well, that's okay. I'm not looking at the chat. It's fine. Oh, we're at the end now. Okay. So Dream Team's not on here. So
Neither is
200
Zelda.
years later, the future world before the... I said alliteration. Before the alteration. A world devastated by Iblis. That's like how Vinny Vinesauce would say it or something. He's like, oh no, Iblis, please. Silver and Blaze continue their never-ending battle against the infinitely resurrected Iblis with the help of Mephiles, a mysterious figure who suddenly appears. Sounds like a nice guy. The two are sent back in time where Sonic and his friends live in order to kill the alleged Iblis Trigger, who is the cause of this devastated world.
There is
Future World
so
after
much
Modification.
06
I think this is the last one.
I love how, like,
I know, this is the last one.
everyone's
Hold
like, oh, I
Wait,
hate
this is the last-
Sonic 06, and Sega's just like, yeah, well, it happened before, during, and after everything else, so fuck you.
It did. Okay, this is the last box. Just let me read it. Future world after modification. A future world exists where the existence of the flames of disaster had disappeared due to the alteration of history by Sonic and Elise, and the disaster itself has not occurred, and peace continues. The end of the timeline so far. You're welcome.
Should we, like, clap for Dylan?
How about we start talking about this stuff, but I take like a little bit of a breather because I just talked for like an hour.
I don't think we should talk that much about it, to be honest. Like, I feel like we discussed it as we went. And also, this is a DC episode. But also,
I guess we kind of did.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, it's kind of both.
If either of you guys have anything you want to add to it, like, I don't really have anything, to be honest. I think, yeah,
You're right.
that's a
I
Sonic
kind of jumped
timeline,
in
right?
while I was going. Yeah.
Oh, there's a couple things that came off as interesting. The fact that while Team Sonic Racing is canon, but the other racing games aren't. That's interesting.
Yeah, where the fuck is R?
Riders are.
I would love to know more about how they ran around some courses for a bit and then got transported to.
And where's Sonic the Fighters?
Yeah. And let me hear about Sonic beating
They
the
put
fuck out of
Sonic-
Amy. Like, where is it?
They put Sonic Shuffle on here instead of Sonic the Fighters.
Yeah, that's the other one. It's like, wait, Sonic Shuffle, really?
What?
love
Why?
it.
Why
We've
they put it in
been-
the Marinara River as well? What the fuck?
It's such a bizarre thing.
Sonic
to include.
4 is on there, for fuck's sake.
Sonic 4 canon as well. Is
I
crazy.
think Sonic 4 is on there because you could use either Sonic 4 or Sonic Pocket Adventure interchangeably.
I guess. In Sonic 4 is you could purchase that easier and then you get money from it, so that's probably why.
Yeah, and SNK is not involved.
Get ready for a surge in,
Yeah.
like, Sonic 4's player base
I
on
think
Steam.
honestly
Ugh.
the only thing
It's
I
gonna
think I
go from
wanna-
1 player to 2.
The only thing I want to add at the end here, after reading through all that, because I didn't get to read all of it until just now, is that I'm really happy that they've got like a cohesive timeline for this,
Mhm.
because that's kind of what I wanted back a while. Like after Forces and stuff came out, I was like, dude, just fucking go back, get rid of a bunch of shit that didn't work, and just put it in like a cohesive order and keep the stuff that worked. And that's what
I
I've been
thought it'd
wanting
be-
for so long.
I always thought that a timeline, releasing a timeline would be just like how it is for the Legend of Zelda series, where, yeah, sure, they have a timeline, but there's a couple of things that don't necessarily make sense. With this one, it's
Yeah.
like, oh, well, some of those games, yeah, those really didn't happen. It's like,
Yeah, I
okay,
mean, and this makes
I
sense.
can live with that.
It's fine. You know, like it doesn't kick out
So
anything.
the fact that
super
Spinball
important.
isn't actually on the timeline means that maybe Mobius isn't canon after all.
Yeah, wait, where was the Spinball thing? I didn't
So
see
it's
that.
more in like a list of like the games on there. It's on
Okay.
it's on
Well,
the Japanese Sonic website.
it probably just can happen at a nebulous point in the time frame. Like, it probably just doesn't matter when it happens.
He's going to Mobius tomorrow, guys.
Like Sonic Adventure, not Adventure, sorry, like Sonic Advance 1 and 2, like those are not on here, so it probably just it means that doesn't. Oh, sorry, Advance 2 is on here.
It's kind of
Advance-
non-committal, but it's something. It's like getting a
Advance 1's not on here, right?
It's like getting a kiss
It
from the
is.
person that's been ghosting you, you know?
No, Advance 1 isn't on here.
Yeah.
Advance 2 is on here, and then Sonic Battle and Sonic Advance 3 are here. So Sonic Advance 1 probably just means it can happen anywhere because there's not really a story in that game. Yeah. Okay. I mean, like, that's cool. Like, I know, like, I'm not saying, like, perfect, stick to it, don't ever change anything. This is just good to have as, like, a frame of reference as
I
to
think
now
it's a
we
cool
know
thing.
explicitly what is going to be canon and what's going to be important. That's, I think, what the
you
important part of this is.
If you change it, so help me God.
It's so going to change. It will definitely change. Like 10 years from now, it will change.
Probably.
'Cause
When
the
there's
thing
new
is-
management and stuff.
Yeah, you got to think, like, you know, it was Yuji Naka in charge at one point, then it was another guy, can't remember his name, then it was Takeshi Iizuka, and it's like, you know,
Yeah.
all these guys have all had different ideas for what Sonic is about and stuff. So, like, naturally, with the changing of the guard, and remember, the guard right now is very strict. I'm pretty sure the next guard will not be anywhere near as strict.
Yeah, and also it's kind of going to be like, and I'm only going to say this because I have the comic book in my hand, and perhaps a good way to segue into the main topic technically.
Oh.
But it's like a comic book run, you know, like eventually things are going to change and someone else is going to take over, and you know, maybe it won't be for you anymore, which sucks. Which is kind of what happened for the last like 10, 11 years of Sonic for me. I was like, yeah, I guess it's not for me.
But it's like
But,
Doctor Who,
we're
isn't
back.
it? It's like, oh, there's the Time War, and then there's no
That too.
Time War, and then Gallifrey's dead
Good,
anyway, and then
Well, it was a timeless child, and now we're just kind of ignoring that because it sucked.
Except we're
like-
not ignoring it because we're still going all in on
Except
the
we're not,
adoptive
yeah.
angle, so it's like.
But
these things
also
are going
not
to
really
happen.
because they didn't really talk about it that much.
But they did, though, didn't they? Think about it, idiot.
No, not for him. They didn't. Not for him, at least. They didn't talk about it much.
The Timeless Child is canon, Dylan. Get over it.
I know, but I wish it wasn't. It's stupid.
I genuinely couldn't give a rat's ass about the Timeless Child. Anyway,
Just
Obsess
because
coming
you
soon.
don't like
I
it
just-
doesn't. Just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's not canon.
No, I'm not saying that. It's just I don't like it because I kind of. I guess it's flimsy, sort of. But like,
I mean, don't
you
get me
know,
wrong, it
before
sucks,
the Doctor
but-
was. It was, you know, they were special because they were going
Off
around
track.
helping people, and they stumbled into problems, and they would help people just because they were there, and it was the
We
right thing to
have
do.
We have a sideshow for this now.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying. And then all of a sudden, you know, it's like, oh no, you were like destined to be the most special fucking person in the universe because you're the only person who lives forever, and you gave everyone else their powers. And it's like, oh, that's a lot. You know, like that's a lot to ignore.
I stopped caring
Uh,
about Doctor Who like a million billion years ago, so as soon as they did that, I was just like, huh, it's a bit off track. We're getting off track.
Anyway, yeah,
That's a show coming soon.
we'll have a
Tuesdays,
Doctor Who
probably.
off track at some point.
Yeah, we'll have a Doctor Who off track episode.
I would love that. Actually, that'd be so fun.
We will do it. We will do it.
Yeah.
We'll get no
okay, anyway.
views. Okay. So,
Ow.
what did you do?
Yeah, someone else talk. I bumped my knee on my desk. I'm okay.
That's so stupid.
Comic books.
Yeah.
Comic books.
So, truth be told, I'm still waiting to receive my physical copy, but I have read quite a bit of it and stuff like that. So we are, of course, talking about DC X Sonic the Hedgehog issue 1. And just want to preface this by saying if anyone ever was, like, in my brain and decided to scoop a load of things out and make a crossover, this is the one. Like, my sister was saying, they must have made that for you. I'm like, it feels like it, doesn't it? Just when I was saying, I feel like the Sonic comics are getting a little on the dull side because I'm kind of done with the whole restoration thing, they pull this out on me. Just when I'm like, oh, restore the Snyderverse and stuff like that, they're like, well, here's a new Justice League with Sonic in it. It's like, well, oh my god, I can't complain, can I? I'm just getting everything I want right here.
I mean,
Like,
yes,
that's
you can.
crazy. No, I can't. I can never do it. It's just not allowed.
No. You can complain. You can complain. I mean, you know, there's plenty to complain about. But for now, we're good.
We kind of exercised that in the Night of Thanks episode when I said how much there is to complain about in the world, so go play Sonic Unleashed Recompiled. Okay,
You just told
objectively
him to play the-
speaking, yes, I can complain.
Oh God, we're
I
at
did.
this
I did
again.
deliberately. I did it deliberately. Objectively speaking, yes, I can complain, but this is so cool. This is so awesome.
It's fantastic so far. I've really
Say-
been enjoying it. I
say
went out
that
and bought
again?
the physical one.
Say that again.
It is
What, did I cut out or
objectively
something?
good.
No, you're supposed to say it's fantastic. It was a fantastic. Doesn't matter.
It was great. No, I went out. I liked it so much. I went out and bought
I
the
marveled
physical
at the
copy.
artwork.
Yeah.
Oh, I DC'd at the artwork.
I DC'd at the artwork.
I spilled my DC'd all over the place upon seeing the artwork.
No, I thought he just disconnected when he was reading it on Kindle.
Oh shit! Right here, I just turned to a random page and I forgot he said this. He says, "What you see is what you get. I'm just a hedgehog who loves adventure."
And then the whole fan base got very, very angry because if he said something
They
in the
get
past,
mad.
he must never say it again.
Oh no! They got very angry with something from the first page. Amy referencing Little Planet.
Yeah.
Even though they're at
Oh,
Neverlake, waiting to see the little planet.
Well,
Wait, is that why
Darkseid
they're
does
there?
the shadow quote as well. He says it all starts with this: a gem containing the ultimate power.
Which was fucking awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Looks like they were
I
just
like
there
that-
for a picnic.
Yeah. Sonic and Flash call each other Red and Blue, and I something about that I just like a lot as well.
Yeah, like,
Knuckles
so...
Knowing who.
Sorry, go on.
Oh yeah. Knuckles knowing who Superman was right away.
But
That
does
was
he, though?
interesting.
Like, at what point
Well,
does...
Yeah.
Well, no, it says they met on the island. Superman saved them from Darkseid. He said.
Yeah, and then he says I would have done more
Okay.
like if Superman hadn't intervened, but presumably they probably had that conversation off screen at that point, I'd imagine, or off panel. or-
Yeah, because I think it's when Darkseid's destroying the Master Emerald. It says you don't see Knuckles get away, and then Knuckles on a page says, "I would have gone with it." Talking about the Master Emerald, I would have gone with it if not for him. And Superman says, "I'm sorry, I couldn't do more." So they're like, yeah. So Superman
Oh
showed
yeah,
up.
yeah.
And saved
Okay,
him.
okay. Yeah, okay.
So typically
All right, I
speaking,
must have missed-
like when it comes to these comic crossovers, usually it's like the first couple of issues are a lot of build up. You know, there's a lot of like the characters aren't meeting in this issue, but we're spending a tiny bit of time in their respective universes saying like, hey, this is some of the stuff that's going on. Maybe we'll spend some time with the villain, because that's what like the Marvel versus DC crossover was like and stuff like that. So I was really surprised to see them just go straight in for the character interactions in issue 1, and I was really happy with that. Cut to the chase, so much better this way, because that's what we're here for. That's what I'm here for anyway,
Yeah.
is the interactions
Yeah.
between the Sonic cast and the DC cast, which is not something I ever thought I'd see in an official medium, I'm not going to lie, but then again, DC did a Fortnite crossover and stuff, so crazier things have happened with that comic company. Yeah, like...
I expected them to fight first, because usually when they do like the big crossover, it's like Sonic and Mega Man, right? It's like they don't immediately get along. They're like, "Who are you? We gotta fight," and then they do the fight, and they go, "Oh wait, we're both good guys." You know, I thought they were gonna do that, but I'm glad they skipped that.
Yeah, I agree with that. I've always
Hey,
thought
Dylan,
it's so stupid.
you know what
just talk.
You know what I immediately thought of when everybody was kind of introduced to each other? Super Mario Brothers Z, because that's kind of how they didn't
Little
really
bit.
fight each other or anything. They just kind of had their
Yeah.
introductions.
They just show up, yeah. They show up and they go,
Yeah.
"Hey, we're gonna save the world. Let's do it." And Mario goes, "Okie dokie."
Like, hey man, we should have a
Yeah, except-
crossover. Yeah!
Yeah, except Mechasonic didn't obliterate one dimension.
Yeah, he was kind of
Or
out of
beat
line.
the
doing that.
ever-loving fuck out of a Yoshi, which was super uncomfortable to watch.
Yeah,
It's
that's
crazy.
an uncomfortable watch, but damn, that
The
just made him
updated
such
one,
a good
like
villain.
Yeah, the reboot one is like, oh my god, it's like
Yeah,
leave him
can you
alone.
like leave that critter alone? Like, I think that's
I
another
like
thing
that
though. Is
shot, dude. Oh my god, the shot where Yoshi, he's like, "Give me the emerald," and Yoshi swallows it, and he goes, like, you just see Sonic stand there, like, and I was like, oh,
I think
that's
that's
not
another
good.
thing though. Is like if you have a fight between like Sonic and say Superman or something, you don't want to see Superman beating up a critter. You know, like these are critters at the end of the day, and you
I kinda
don't
do.
want to see them get beat. You would. You fucking would. But
dude,
like,
Yoshi's like a dog too. Like he's like a dog or a horse. Like you just don't want to see him get beat the shit out of.
it
Like,
would be like if Zurg popped up and beat the ever-loving garbage out of Bullseye from Toy Story. Like, no, I don't want to see
That's
that.
exactly
I kind of want to see that now, just to see how shocking it would be.
What's wrong
psychopathic
with
thing
you?
to
He's
say.
just like ripping the stuffing out of him. He's grabbing him by his tail and slinging him. Like, Yeah, I don't want to see that. That's no.
Brother, ew.
Brother,
Can you imagine the other cast members are like,
brother?
what the fuck? What?
just so mean-spirited. So I'm glad I don't have to see my heroes, the DC characters, commit animal abuse. That makes me so happy. Also,
feel like
the
they
Sonic
missed out.
characters are so little as well. Like, they're so tiny. You wouldn't
The
beat
little
them
guys,
up.
yeah.
Well,
Oh,
I
that's
mean, yeah,
true. Also, that's right. I think I posted this in our group chat, Frank, but the Flash, speaking of Sonic being a little guy, like there's actually apparently like a character in DC called Crackle
Yes.
that looks a little bit like Sonic and maybe based on Sonic, and the Flash is like, what the fuck are you doing here, Crackle?
But I thought this was
And,
also such a smart move as well.
just like, it's an Ian Flynn reference right there.
Well, I thought this was really smart as well, because I think for a lot of, like, the DC fans, like, them going to the Sonic dimension is going to be a bit far-fetched, considering, like, DC's usually a little more grounded. But,
Yeah.
given that they immediately went with, like, a Crackle thing, it's like, it's this DC. It's the DC where you've got, like, Mr. Mixius Pitlick and Batmite. It's more Silver Age DC,
Right.
where you could imagine this kind of thing happening, you know? Like, it's...
Yeah.
So I think by referencing a character like Crackle, that was really smart.
Yeah. I think that the other
Yeah.
thing that makes it work really well, I'm sorry, Frank, this is one last thing, I'm going to shut my mouth.
No,
But,
it's fine. It's fine.
The one thing that I really liked about it is when they're talking about Darkseid and like what's happening and how he got here, they're talking about it like they said something. I think Wonder Woman says like we had to reach far beyond the reaches of our usual multiverse. Like we had to go really far to find this place. And I kind of like that idea that like the multiverse is so big, and like obviously they are always doing multiverse stuff with like Crisis and you know all that shit. But the multiverse is so fucking big that there's just like they could go to Mario if they really wanted to. Like they just have to go like a far enough distance, and that implies I think about something the multiverse. It could be like similar universes are close together; they're more grouped together, and then as far as you get away from them, things start to change more drastically. And I just kind of I know that this is just all speculation, but I just really like that idea. I think that's a really fun idea for like a huge multiverse.
It gives you a lot to work with. It was like a universe that's so far away, or an area that's so far away that it doesn't necessarily follow like what their original universe is. So yeah, it totally makes sense. It's such a cool concept.
Also, I'm reading in the
Also-
chat that Crackle was actually based on Sonic anyway. And looking it up, looking at his design, yeah, he's 100% based on Sonic. Like,
So it's an OC.
yeah,
Yeah,
like, the
he's-
Flash has his own Batmite,
yeah.
effectively, and it's Sonic the Hedgehog.
Actually, he's
Come
not
full
a
circle.
Flash character though. He's a Green Lantern.
See, I'm
Again,
not a
comes
real
full
fan.
circle.
I don't know anything. I don't know about this
I looked
area
it
of
up.
DC. I know about, like, your Mr. Mixius Pitlick and your Batmite. I'm more of a Silver Age
Yeah,
kind of guy.
yeah.
No,
No, I
but,
know
like,
those.
yeah, no, I
I'm
thought
more
this
of
was
a real
wise move.
fan.
Real fan. I read real comics like DC X Sonic.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. Also, like on top of that, because we were kind of discussing like character interactions because of like the whole Crackle thing. The interactions between Sonic and the Flash were a ton of fun as well. How they're both very competitive with each other because we've all had
Yeah.
that conversation of like who's faster, and yeah, it's the Flash definitely, but like Sonic
Mhm.
he's a fast boy, you know, like, and it's
Yeah.
super cool to see that like he's it's cool to just finally see them have a little race and stuff. And they're obviously quite ambiguous with, like, who's winning and stuff. Flash is obviously not using his full speed or whatever. And Sonic would go super
doubt
if he were really serious, but, like...
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like I doubt either of them were going like full speed, but you know.
They're never going to say who's faster, but just, like, looking at, like, what
they
the
can't.
Flash has done with his speed, you know that the Flash is faster.
In fact, also, there's something about that because they do keep competing, and there's a point where they say something about how many parademons they took out, and the Flash gets one more than Sonic does, but then Sonic goes, "Oh, but I didn't count the ones that I got before you showed up." You know, so it's like they
At
won't
the
give an
lake.
official count.
He's moving the goalpost. He's just like me.
Just like his
But I
fans.
do like that. Yeah, like the characters interact really, really well together, and it doesn't feel super forced.
Oh, yeah, and we've seen,
Um,
like, I really like Knuckles and Superman together as well. Like,
Yeah.
Superman is very polite towards Knuckles, even though Knuckles does give him a little bit of shit, which is very Superman. You know, Superman's gonna take it on the chin and stuff. And they could very easily have paired Sonic up with Superman, to be honest, but I'm glad they did the Flash, because, like, it's just better this way. I don't doubt we're going to see those other characters interact a little as well, but, like...
Yeah, for the beginning, I think Superman and Sonic, that'd be a little on the weird side, because... I mean, I guess they would still be able to interact fine. It's just, I think the Flash is a better fit.
In terms of personality, like, Superman and Sonic, I guess, are a bit more similar. But, like, when they first announced this, I was like, I bet they're not going to do the obvious, and they're going to do, like, Sonic and Superman, because the ego on this fucking company. But no, they didn't. Yeah. I was really happy about it. And, also, like, for a long time, I was reading it thinking, like, I think Silver and Green Lantern's dynamic is probably going to be one of my favorites in this. Like, I love those two together. And I'm guessing you must have liked that too, Dilmore, because you love Silver.
I do a lot. Yeah, I mean, I don't know a ton about Green Lanterns, but I do like their power set. I do like what they do and all that shit. But the Silver interactions here are great because I like this one part. I think it's when it's Jon Stewart and Silver are fighting, and I think he says something like, "Oh wow, so what's the source of your power? Like, how do you do that?" And or Silver says, "Are you telekinetic too?" And he goes, "No, it's the ring. It's like a power." Oh, and then he says, where does he say it? Oh, he says, "Nope, limited edition alien tech. What about you, alien metahuman?" And he goes, "Nope, just a regular hedgehog." And he says,
They said limited edition alien tech because they can't say ring.
I love it. Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. That's funny.
They passed the don't
Dude,
say
if he said ring,
bill.
he goes, "Oh, I love rings."
Dude, I fucking love rings. But then there's also, I mean, a lot of people are going to be naturally gushing about this one. Is Batman and Shadow, because like they're all prepping to help out and stuff, and Shadow's just like, I have no time for this, and then fucks off. Shadow, what do you do? I really want to know what you do outside of these things, because like you're always like, I don't have time for this. Like, what's the hurry? What are you doing, smarty pants? But then,
I always get the impression he's trying to just solve the problem on his own. Like he doesn't think he needs help.
But then I also love Batman is like, because I've always said something that I think the movies, up until like say the Snyder Cut and the Batman, I think the movies always kind of played down Batman's kindness a little bit. Like that Batman could still sit down and talk to people and be a helping hand more so than he is a brute. But like
yeah.
I loved seeing Batman just go and have a little pep talk with Shadow and be like, yeah, hey, brother, I recognize that look on your face and stuff. I know you've lost some people. For me, it was my Uncle Ben. For you, it was...
His Uncle Ben?
Yeah, Batman lost his Uncle Ben, and that's why he's Batman. God, did you read comics, Frank?
Have you ever read the Ben Man comic? Ben Man is my favorite superhero.
Yeah, and then, like, Shadow is mentored by Tony Stark. It's
human
really
man.
Cool, like...
The human bat.
The human man. That's really funny.
Really? That's all you got? That sucks.
No, that's not my name. I told him I'm the human bat.
You got my name wrong.
A freak show.
You're going nowhere. I got you for 3 minutes. 3 minutes of playtime. That's a cute outfit.
That's a nice outfit. Did your parents give it to you?
Yeah.
Oh, that would sting so much more.
Did your parents?
Did your parents give it to? Yeah, but like, yeah, Spider-Man was so out of pocket in that scene as well.
Yeah,
like, it's so
Peter
funny.
was really upsetting. I don't like.
Actually, Peter, my husband did give it to me. I'll have you know, he's very supportive of the stuff I do.
That seemed a little out of place, but
those memes where Bonesaw fights back is actually my favorite. He's like, Spider-Man.
You got to see it as like. Spider-Man knew who he was fighting. Big bundle of testosterone. There's nothing wrong with being gay, but that guy doesn't want to be called gay, you know?
Yeah, I know. I just think of, like, the person that Peter was, like, at the start of the movie. It's like, oh, that's kind of weird, now that I look back at it.
He's a guy that gets bullied all the time, and he's gonna pull that out? Like, what the fuck? I mean, it is kind of though. I mean, I guess technically it is about him gaining powers, becoming a bully, and then realizing he can't do that. That is kind of what the movie's about.
Hey, fat ass, give me your lunch money.
Like he's no better
looks
than
in the
them
mirror and he's like,
when
"Oh,
he
no."
first gets the powers.
I'd say he is though, because he has powers.
Well, I mean, aside from that, I mean, like in the way he carries himself.
Yeah, that's the thing. Moral fiber means nothing. If you got powers, you better.
Nimbus in chat said, "Actually, Peter, my husband is dead." No, that's so fucked.
God, I fucking love the early 2000s.
I would have been like, could you imagine? He'd be like, "Can we call off the flight? Can we just call it off?"
That scene
I'm
is
sorry,
so fucking iconic, and I can't
Look,
wait
I'm
to
going
talk
through
about it
something, man.
more. On our upcoming spin-off, Off Track, we will be talking about the Spider-Man movies someday.
Yeah. I think we're doing Spider-Man cartoons first. Excuse me.
Possibly, depending on if Dylan is done coughing or not, you fucking weird, sick little man.
Careful, hey, give him a moment. He's close to coughing out that lung.
He's gonna cough his asshole back into
What do
existence.
I need this fucking thing for?
Jesus.
Anyway, what's next? What are we talking
He
about?
revealed that on the air, the idiot.
What did I say?
How you
What?
revealed in front of the world and Salty DK Dan that you don't have an asshole.
I mean, I guess it just had to be said. I don't know.
I mean, what's worse, openly saying that on on the air, or
Openly saying that.
well, saying that on the air, or somebody being so obsessed with the fact that you said it on the air that they bring it up as much as possible.
Because it's so funny. It's an anus-related thing, so it's funny.
That's true.
Are Off Track's going to be uploaded to streaming services? I don't know. I think
don't
might
know.
be...
So it does cost extra to add an extra show to fucking Podbean. However, I might be able to squish it somewhere non-intrusive on the Sunset City thing. So we'll see.
Okay.
Yeah,
We'll figure that one out.
You know how it is. Anyways, so, there's not much else to say. This issue was very much devoted to just kind of introducing the characters to each other. Amy and Wonder Woman don't get much to do together, all being said.
Yeah,
like,
except for the fact that like they're like geeking out over it. Like, oh, like your car can fly. Wait, you can fly? It's
You
like,
have an invisible plane? Like,
yeah, that was.
why?
Yeah, sometimes.
Why would you have that? They can
Sometimes
still see you.
Sometimes I'll fly my invisible my invisible jet. You have an invisible jet?
It's like, why would you do it? It was
DC
very funny to
like
me, the
that
invisible
flexing.
jet, because like you could still see them sitting
That-
in it, like the crazy frog. You know, like
That just seems like a sitcom thing. There was like a scene in Parks and Rec where like Ron has his kid, or like his kid's already been born. It's like, oh, whose kid is this? It's like, oh, that's my kid. What did you tell me you had a kid? And then they go on this whole thing, and by the end it was like, oh, by the way, kid, when do you get me fish food? When did you get a fish? It's like, it's such a sitcom thing. I love it.
I was just thinking as well about, like, you know how, like, Batman has had, like, Bat Horse and Ace the Bat Hound and stuff like that? I was just thinking,
Bat
like...
cow.
And how his whole thing is, like, taking in troubled kids and stuff, and he adopts them and turns them into Robins. I was just thinking, like, Shadow is so going to become a Robin soon, but then I remembered... Oh,
He
yeah,
could
he's...
never wear that costume.
No, he's legitimately going to wear a bat suit, though, and I want to know what it takes for Shadow to agree to wear a costume.
I don't think he ever would. I think he would literally.
He just tells them
He's gonna, though. We know he's
Shadow
going
loses.
to.
Shadow
Well, not
loses
the
his
Robin
inhibitor
suit.
rings, and the costume acts as inhibitor rings.
Shadow, you have to wear this.
Shadow, you know how your powers are usually inhibited? Well, I'd get rid of them entirely and be like me.
It's not a bad idea.
It inhibits all of his power, so he has to fight
Inhibits
without
his
powers.
emotions.
Inhibits his ability to make coffee.
Okay.
No, it turns
Hold
out
on,
the
I
rings are
just-
emotional inhibitors, and he just starts crying for no reason.
I just need to say real quick. I'm gonna be. I need to head out in like probably 20 minutes. So, I just wanted to be aware of that. I think probably 15, 20 minutes.
You're actually such a douche. Has anyone told you that?
I got like a late birthday dinner to go to. Okay.
Well, why are you having a late birthday dinner
not
instead
my
of a
choice.
fucking normal birthday dinner?
Because my dad didn't have time to do it.
Why are you having a
now we do it
birthday in the
now.
first place? Like, just grow up, man. You don't need birthdays
Just
anymore.
So I get free food, free cake, and I
Fuck
get to see
that.
my family.
Oh,
It's
I
nice.
get free food. Oh.
Is that all they are to you, Dylan? Free food?
Hey, did you hear the last part of my sentence where I mentioned my family? No.
Well, why was that the last thing, huh?
Yeah, why was that the last on the
Because
agenda? Why'd you
when
lead
you
with the food?
You remember, you know how every time anyone lists anything, you say last, but certainly not least.
Yeah, but
But
last
you
but not
didn't
least
say
doesn't
that.
mean last but most, though, does it? And also, Dylan, unless you're going to give me your sister's number already, I don't want to fucking hear about your family.
Okay,
God damn
I'll stop
it.
talking about them.
I'm just memeing. Yeah, no, that's all good, man. In all seriousness.
Pup is, as we say in the Elden Ring fandom, maidenless.
It's like that bit in It's like that bit in Gordon Ramsay where like the guy's berating his stuff, and then there's customers here. It's like, so yeah, just keep up the good work, and we'll go ahead and do that.
Yeah, well, sure, you're gonna.
Oh, I have birthday party in California. Thank you for that banding mechanic. Okay. Do we? So the art obviously is really nice, as always. To be fair, but like this is really pretty artwork, and I think it's illustrated by Adam Bryce Thomas, who's done a great job both with the Sonic characters and the DC cast.
Yeah. One thing I will say, I don't know if they also worked on the alternate one, but that one's kind of funny when you look at it.
Oh, what? Because Amy looks so stupid, but she always looks stupid. She's Amy.
Well, both Amy and Tails. It's just for Amy, it looks like there's not a single thought going through her head.
That's Amy. I don't know what to tell you. That's
She
just
does
great.
look like that a lot.
Have you seen how she looks
Yeah.
in Sonic Adventure? Like,
I don't know. I thought she was like a total girl boss or something.
okay. I mean, yeah, she kind of is, but she also like a brainless girl boss.
That doesn't make sense.
That's like exactly my. I think that's me.
How can you can be a brainless girl boss? Just be confident and stupid.
That's
She's
me.
not stupid. Knuckles is there. I hate
Knuckles
to say that
isn't
about my favorite
stupid
character,
either. No,
but
Knuckles-
Forces did not do that man any favors.
They didn't mention Operation
That
Big
one
Wave
did
on the
not approve of
timeline, so it
Shadow
didn't
using
happen.
guns. True.
It
That's a good point.
it's the
They didn't mention
Technically-
Operation Big Wave, so it didn't.
but the
happen.
events of Sonic Forces did happen.
Not that
including
one.
Operation Big Wave.
Nowhere did it say anything about Operation Big Wave. So we know there was a
About-
war, 99% of the world was conquered, Dr. Robotnik has friends, and Operation Big Wave didn't fucking happen.
I'm pretty sure it did.
I mean, Izuka said Sonic
pretty
was
sure-
not tortured aboard the Death Egg, so I'm just saying. Operation Big Wave might not have happened.
I hope it happened.
Shut up!
Yeah, I kind of hope it. I don't want I don't want Sega getting it out on this one.
Maybe they should have like a
Yeah.
thing where they say like,
The
sorry
Knuckles war
for...
crime arc.
He does like a national address. He's doing like Bill Clinton style. He's like, I'm sorry I did gigoogity those troops.
No.
I did not have sex with anybody. Not ever.
With that man, Emerald.
I wasn't quoting anything there. That's just me talking. But Clinton.
I just think of like anytime the Simpsons will take a jab at Nixon. They had like a thing with I guess they were trying to promote Duff beer or something. It was like, oh, well, I too am a fan of that particular beverage. It's like you just need Knuckles doing something like that. It's like I too was a fan of that particular strategy.
I love Chaos Cola.
God, just think, if they made an episode where Homer beats up General Bush Sr. today, like, the internet would be outraged. Back then,
Oh yeah,
Why the fuck?
it was
Why?
like, yeah,
Yeah.
go on, Homer Simpson. Nowadays, it's all
well,
like,
yeah, because
oh, he was my favorite politician.
well, yeah, because freaking at the time, you know, you got freaking HW saying like, oh, be more like, oh god, this actually ages like milk. Be more like the Cosbys and less like the Simpsons.
Yeah, I don't.
God,
God,
I didn't even.
see the foresight, right?
Oh man.
No, but like, it's just funny because it's like, God, the anti-woke movement did not exist back then. God, think about that. Think about the waterfalls, man.
I don't know. I like when Simpsons make jokes about people. Don't care if they're politicians or not. I just think it's funny.
I think every politician should get beaten up. But
I thought you were gonna say
especially
all
the ones I
politicians should be
really
funny.
don't like.
I think
don't
all
like any of them.
politicians should be funny, and they should have to tell the truth every time. I think it'd be funny.
I believe
You
okay,
said
no,
more like
that's
the
off track.
Waltons. No. I'm pretty sure he's.
I think it
I'm
was the
pretty
Waltons,
sure.
actually. If it was the Cosbys, hilarious. But Bush Simpson's quote.
I don't know anything about the Waltons, just their files.
Please tell me that Frank is right.
I'm hoping I'm right about that.
Let's see. What did Bush say about The Simpsons?
All right, I'm gonna remove that.
Oh, no, it is the Waltons. I'm really sorry.
I preferred mine. That was funnier.
Yours
and
was
it
way
aged
funnier.
even worse.
Yours was way
Yes,
funnier,
I'd
yeah.
rather have mine. You know what? Operation Big Wave didn't happen. That quote never happened. It was what I said.
Maybe Operation Big Wave happened in another timeline and didn't actually occur in history.
Oh
That's
yeah,
true,
no,
that could've happened.
it was a different timeline. Hey, wait a minute. I just thought about this. So Sonic Mania, like the events between Mania and Mania Plus, that takes place during Forces, which is supposed to be a different timeline and a different dimension.
It's the same. No, it's the same dimension now.
So it's now the same dimension. So it's just
now
further
just
ahead in
time,
time.
It's been confirmed since
Yes,
Tales
time
2
travel.
that classic Sonic is Sonic from the past. The different dimension thing's been retconned. Personally, I actually think we would have been better off if we didn't retcon the different dimension thing. It was dumb at the time, but in hindsight, it's like they would have definitely had more creative freedom with classic games going forward. But, okay,
Yeah,
like, at least we're sticking to our guns. Like,
Nah, it was
Okay,
stupid.
yeah.
It's good they changed it.
how?
I
How?
would've
If it was a different dimension, then we could do classic Shadow and we could do classic Chaos. Imagine like a 32-bit Sonic Mania-esque remake of Sonic Adventure, and tell me that wouldn't be kind of cool.
But Pop, that's the thing. They can still
That'd be
do that, and they
interesting.
can just be like, "Hey, it's not canon."
No,
The
but they
idea
can't
would be
because they're gonna
interesting.
whine about it, aren't they?
I would
don't
also
care.
like to see. I would also like to see them do some kind of. Oh wait, no. Someone's gonna say that's a Sonic Prime thing. I was gonna say multiple dimensions, just not Sonic Prime.
All I'm gonna say is choose Sonic Superstars or Sonic Adventure Classic Edition.
Adventure Classic Edition.
What do you
I'm
mean
sorry, but-
Adventure Classic Edition?
So it's
Like a classic-
Sonic Adventure remade as a classic game in the Sonic Mania style.
I think you could have a lot of. You could do a lot with Sonic
It's
Adventure
a 2D
settings.
game.
Yeah, it's a 2D game.
Well, yeah, but
I don't want
it
that.
would be like it would be a fun 2D
Yeah, but
game.
would you rather have
or
it than
you
Superstars?
get them, or you would get the
Yep.
most mid game that ever mid.
Yeah, I would.
Well,
in,
then there you go.
Sonic
So
Superstars.
the other dimensions, the better call. There you go. That is absolutely the extrapolation here.
Nah, it's stupid.
Oh, I'm not even going by any logic or anything. I just like Sonic Adventure, and I don't like Superstars. So
Yeah,
that's all I'm going by.
Superstars is
shit.
so weird.
Wait, that's a good point. I'm sorry. KB posted a super chat, which I know we don't read, but I'm not gonna be here. Thoughts on Sunset City being in the comic? They do say Sunset City in the comic, the DC comic.
Oh, let's
crossover.
fucking go.
They say,
Yeah.
"Oh, Sunset City's under attack."
No, so I believe it was actually Nick that named it Sunset City. And
Yep.
it was named after
Thanks, Nick.
Sunset City from the comics, basically.
From the
he
comics.
originally suggested like audio
No, it's 'cause of
arcade or
us.
something, which was really cool, but like he's good at naming things, it turns out. There was a
Yeah.
joke Wayne
Oh, yeah.
made once saying that the podcast should have been called Sonic Crackers, which is really funny.
That is
and it wouldn't change with my inclusion because graham crackers exist.
Also,
Don't look
I
too
think
deep into that joke.
I originally said no to calling it Sunset City because I said it sounded like a retirement home.
It does.
I mean, it will be after we all go crazy after the Sonic stuff in a couple decades.
What do you mean go crazy?
I would actually love it
Already
so
there.
much.
We're already
if
there.
Somehow, I don't know how this logistically would work, but somehow we all ended up in the same retirement home, and we're all just sat there with our catheters in, just waiting for our
Oh.
penile extraction.
Hate that. Thanks.
Pop's got a lot of fascinations with stuff. You know,
Just
of
be
that.
happy, Dylan. You're the only one that doesn't get his ass wiped.
I guess. Yeah, I guess you're right.
Because you got it
Okay, I
all
guess
under
there is.
control, buddy. It makes
I
sense that
revolt
Nick
nigga
would name
crazy.
something like a retirement home. That's fucking savage. Like, I know he's old, but come on.
Fucking got him.
I say like I wasn't making all the old jokes on it anyway.
Alright.
Okay, well, Dylan's got to leave soon.
Yeah, I actually need to get up and feed this cat right now. Also.
All
One
right.
second,
Well,
hold
if
on.
you gotta go, we can just move on to super chats and stuff because I think we've said all there is to be said for the time being.
I do. Yeah.
About
Start
DC.
super chats. I'll be right back.
Oh, yeah.
I
Like, we
didn't hear a please, did I?
And you know what? While you do that, Sonic not Superstars, Dream Team update. You can now play as Shadow. He has this weird, well, you can kind of like teleport, but like a very short distance, and it's really awkward to control.
They've always.
I'm gonna play around with it a little bit more, and
Shadow's been playable for a while now.
well, yeah, but they have like new. I believe there's like new levels.
New levels, and I believe
I don't know if that's.
ability.
Yeah, the ability is the one thing that I was just like, this feels weird to control. So I'll play around with it a little more, and then I'll talk more about it next week.
God, I'm so glad Dylan's gone. He's such a fucking potty mouth.
Dude, like, we get demonetized every time because of him.
Yeah, that jerk. That fucking idiot. That beep. That fucking beep.
Wait, so what are you bleeping then?
that's
Oh
the
no.
joke. What could he
Oh no.
possibly be saying? Almost got these all written
In
down.
an alternate universe, he can't say that anymore.
In an alternate universe, swearing is bad.
The ultimate universe. Oh, that's fucking wild.
All right, super chat cut off. All right then, let's commence the reading of the super chats. I guess I will start us off. Borker. Mr. Krabs sends $1.99. It's while your time and clobbering Friday. Wah! Thank you, Mr. Krabs.
Oh, okay. Discord's being weird. All right then.
Go on. What did you want to say?
Oh no. I thought I was looking at it. I was like, why does it look like it was posted a few days ago? I was like, no, that's just how Discord labels things, and it's really bizarre.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, it was posting like the date as if it was posted like maybe about a day before or something.
I see.
Yeah. Discord being Discord.
Well, we're waiting, Frank.
Well, announce the burger.
Oh, my bad, Borger.
Samuel Inoki, favorite SpongeBob BGM and vocal track.
BGM. Well, I mean, I could just play it to you, can't I?
That's a good one.
Yeah, basically. Vocal track wise, it's got to be between Gary Come Home and The Best Day Ever. Those are like super nostalgic.
The Fun Song or Ripped Pants.
Oh, Rip Pants is a banger.
Yeah, it's so good.
Yeah. God, man.
Oh,
classic
and
SpongeBob.
fucking Sweet Victory.
Oh, yeah, but that's not really a SpongeBob song. That's just...
Oh, is it?
No, it was
just
already a
licensed
real song
music?
before SpongeBob, yeah.
But it was in the show. I'm gonna count it. No, but Ripped Pants is like, if we're talking about something that came directly from the show, Ripped Pants. BGM. I don't know. They're all pretty good. Like, it's really hard to come up with one.
I like the one that plays when Patrick's on the little coin insert seahorse ride. That's like. Yeah.
I love that.
Oh man, yeah, they had such great music selections for that show, and what amazed me as well is that they would use all of that in the movie as well. At least the first one, anyway. Can't speak for the others.
Who Am I is
Movie had
also a
some
good
good stuff.
song. What about
Which
Goofy
one?
Goober?
I mean,
Goofy Goober Rock's good.
that's
I know
technically
it's a different song. It's, you know, they rewrote the lyrics.
yeah. So it's totally
I like
different.
I like the Best Day Ever song a lot.
Yeah, it's such a good song.
Very
Yeah,
infectious.
That's what I don't think I've heard that one in either. I haven't heard it or I haven't heard it in a long time.
It was
But I
also
just
a
went
song
straight
that
to
was...
like the
So go on.
I just went to Ripped Pants. That was like the one that I thought of
That's good
immediately.
too.
Best Day
It's a good
Ever,
one.
I
Because that
believe,
shit
was
is so
written
catchy.
as a vocal track for the film, and it plays in the credits. But then they made an episode based on the song, and the episode is a ratings trap. It, it was something SpongeBob was doing a lot.
Yeah,
after the
it was
first
like
movie.
just a thing they pretended was a special. Yeah.
All right, off-track episode, SpongeBob has to happen. But okay.
Oh, that'd be
Yeah.
great.
Yeah, like best SpongeBob episodes and stuff like that. Like, we could totally do that. I mean, Dylan, wasn't it
Alright,
you that suggested doing like a season-by-season SpongeBob thing? Retrospective?
Yeah. Yeah, we were talking about that.
The thing is, I don't have the time to do season by season, but we could definitely like do like best episodes, and we could definitely do like movies, I guess.
Yeah, that's fine. The movies, well.
Also, before you
I've seen the
vanish,
first 2 movies.
did you have the chance to watch any Spider-Man episodes?
I watched. Yeah, this is crazy because I watched the first episode of the original show, like the original animated series, and I like disliked it so much that I haven't watched any more of any of it.
Oh, dude, you need to check out the episode I told you about because it does change. Like season 2 onwards is effectively a different show.
Okay,
Wait,
because
so
I
this
watched
is,
the
which show
original
is this one?
animated show,
Spider-Man
the very
1967. Yeah, the OG.
Oh wow,
Um,
okay.
But
I was gonna
yeah,
wait until the off track to say it, but I was like, I literally watched the first episode, and I was like, I would never watch this. Like,
Please watch,
I was like thoroughly uninterested.
watch Revolt in the Fifth Dimension at the very least. That's a season 3 episode, and just to see
Like
just how
I was
crazy.
surprised about it. And I'll talk about this again on off track, but like I was surprised because I love the memes and I love like the short clips I've seen because like it's funny, like slapstick and just funny like superhero humor.
Well, like the memes, yeah, like it's a completely different thing, but like
yeah, it's just very slow. It's very slow and boring to me, but I'll give it another shot.
well, get ready, it gets worse.
Great. Okay.
Yeah, like gets way worse. Like, you need to see it at its worst. But okay. Dylan, you can read the next one, Borger.
Oh, really quick. Best day ever. Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's a banger,
it's
right?
fun.
Like,
It's a fun song.
Yeah, it's nice.
got a real
And if you
Beach
count
Boys
Ocean
vibe.
Man as a SpongeBob song, which I don't think you probably can't, but like it was in the SpongeBob movie. I like that one as well.
Was it made?
We'll
for
give it
the
honorable
Ocean Man or did it
honorable
come out?
mentions.
No, I don't think it was made for the movie, but it's a good song for the movie.
We'll give it honorable mentions.
Okay.
I
All
got
right.
Yep, good idea.
We gotta move on.
Anyway, KB with the $9.99. Apparently, the Eggman invading Planet Mobius bit was also in the original JP manual for Spinball. Though I like the idea of the Freedom Planets. The Freedom Fighters being out there, just on another planet.
It's the fact they acknowledge it
yeah.
though. Like,
Yeah, I don't
that's
mind
the
that.
thing is they would usually never mention it because mandates.
Yeah.
So it
Because
suggests
people would
that
be
maybe,
like, "Oh my gosh!"
maybe things are loosening up a little bit. But thank you, KB.
At first, I thought I was talking about SpongeBob. Oh,
That'd be funny.
So, Mr. SP, a new member to the channel. Welcome, Mr. SP.
hey,
I'm pretty sure it's
Welcome.
said that for like the past several weeks because I know I've been seeing your name around. But Mr. SP sends $3.21. What a weird number. Thank you. The English language is broken. We all know it. And while it does have its
Fair.
quirks, I will say, at least we don't give pronouns to inanimate objects. Like, at least we.
what
At
is
least
that
we
did they
don't-
get? Who are we-
So, Europe. In a lot of European languages, mainland Europe, like
oh,
if you say the, you've
oh,
got like
oh,
three different
oh,
versions.
you mean like
you've
in
got like
in
mas-
Spanish, like you have like the masculine and
yeah,
feminine
you got
form
that,
of a-
and it's like you've got
Oh,
masculine and feminine forms for the, a, and stuff like that.
Right.
And like things like a fork are feminine, yet a spoon is masculine. It's like it's so stupid.
Yeah, I never really got like when I was learning Spanish in high school and college. That was like something I struggled with a lot because I just didn't quite grasp the idea of like why would. I mean, I guess it's just like it depends on what the word ends in. It's like
The thing I
O or
found
A,
with, like,
right?
With like Germany as well is like some words change depending on context. It's like you could be saying like, okay, so I'm talking about the Shadow the Hedgehog video game. It's like, okay, if I say I like Shadow the Hedgehog, it's I like Shadow the Hedgehog. If I say I don't like Shadow the Hedgehog, it actually is I don't like Geburtstag or something. Like it's like, why would that? That's not factual. I'm not
What?
saying Shadow the Hedgehog is different. I'm just saying that's an example of what it's kind of like. Is there are some words that do change depending on the context, and if you say it incorrectly, a German person will look at you like, what the fuck did you just say? It's like, surely you can work it out, right? Surely you can fucking work it out.
My response would be, "I said your mom," and
It's
then
like-
we would just have it would be an international conflict.
Deine Mutter.
Is it kind of like an English when you say like bow versus bow, like they're spelled the same, but it's two different
Yeah,
things.
but-
You use them in two different
Oh,
places,
God,
or is that
that's-
something
it's
different?
That's so
not
weird.
always. But that is weird. Yeah. English does have its quirks, such as like though and stuff like that. And like there are words that
Tear
are not
and
spelled
tear.
how they look. But at
yeah, there's
least
plenty
we're
of
not
shit in English
doing.
that's stupid.
At least we're not doing that pronouns nonsense when applied to inanimate objects. It's not nonsense otherwise. I'm sorry. I really got a word for
That's a
this
great
better,
out of
man.
context, Cliff.
Yeah,
Great
yeah.
out of
I'm
context.
like the way you're wording it. I'm just like, I'm not sure if I'm gonna. I'm not gonna co-sign that opinion.
Channel Pup flirting with anti-woke opinions once again.
Oh God.
Japanese is a very fun language. I imagine
Find
so.
find
It always
Channel
seems
Pup
like
on Rumble.com or whatever the fuck they call their website.
Look, I just
Rumble.
think. Look, all I'm saying is I think those great roles should migrate.
Back to the
those roles
bakery.
can do whatever they want.
No. Not gonna say that out loud. Okay. Bored.
Oh God. Oh man.
Oh,
Pups in his grift hours.
just bored. Frank. It's,
Giorno with for 5. Oh God, I actually don't remember that currency.
I think it's rupees, isn't it?
God, I feel like this is one that I keep forgetting, and at this point I should know it. The bios have
Richard
some funny
dollars.
details like
Richard.
the bios have some funny details like Vector has a foul mouth and hates his landlord. Valid. Though they didn't need to replace all the Uekawa arts with 3D renders. Also valid.
Oh no!
That's too bad. Yeah, no, that's a bad choice.
Oh, please tell me they're
Yeah.
not the shitty ones. We're totally doing an episode of
Oh,
shitty
I'm
renders
sure.
someday.
But yeah, we were
I'm
complaining about renders the other day in a call. We were just like,
we were like,
"Ew,"
this
like
is-
Pop was like, look at this render, and I was like, what's so wrong? And then it did like the SpongeBob close up, you know, like the ugly close up, and I went,
It's just
"Oh
an
my
ordinary
goodness."
Krabby. Oh my goodness! God bless Mr. Lawrence.
Izuka!
Oh, gross!
Okay.
It does
Can
that
you
thing where
explain this cream render, please? Can you
I'll
please
play-
explain
It-
all this?
yeah.
fix?
No, but that was the one. I used cream as an example because I could find so much wrong with it just looking
I
at
know.
it, you know?
Like
oh
you
God,
showed
it
me
does
the
that
render,
thing where the
and I
nose
was
goes
like,
behind the eyeball.
Send me the
Fucking
pictures,
weird.
Frank. Send me the link to the thing. I want to see this.
It looks for context. There's this
I'm
one
doing a
cream
Family Guy
render where
joke.
it's like a complete sphere. It's like a perfect sphere, and it just looks like all of her like head things are like just glued on. Like the
Also-
muzzles,
Pup,
like it looks awful.
The muzzle curve
Pup,
thing
I'm
as
doing
well. Sorry, go on.
I'm doing a Family Guy bit, okay?
Okay.
Where the nose goes behind the eyeball.
yeah. It's the there's a gross thing where the nose goes behind the eye. Ew, what is that? Can you
right there.
can you still send me a link to the renders thing as well if you have got it up? Because I don't know how to find it because Opera doesn't have an automatic translator, but it's good at other stuff.
What are they sponsoring you?
God damn.
They
I don't
have.
I don't like where my mind went with like, oh, that's a family. Oh no.
This is just an ordinary family. Oh my goodness! Seth MacFarlane!
So it's Opera bitch bitch browser.
Shut up! Leave Opera alone.
The
I've
Bitch
had nothing but
browser.
good experiences with
You
Opera
said
GX.
it's good at other stuff, and the first thing I thought was, oh, bitch, Brian.
But I'm good at other stuff.
Oh god damn it.
I like Vector hating his landlord.
Fuck, I
That's
don't have-
really funny.
I don't have the link.
He's the realist Sonic character. Doesn't matter. We'll move on. KB Border.
Okay.
And I believe that is you, Dylan. Dylanor64 must read once more.
AV with the $9.99. I wish Sonic Pocket Adventure was canon, but due to legal BS with SNK, the game isn't even allowed to be mentioned in the Encyclopedia.
It's insane.
Pocket Adventure's fine. It's fine. I don't think it needs to be canon. I don't think it's really like a huge loss.
Well, you
to
would
be
say
honest.
that
Thank
Sonic
you.
Not a-
Pocket Adventure hater number
Also,
one.
I'm leaving. I'll see you guys later.
See you later, Dylan.
Peace out.
I was going to say, the amount of
Alright.
stuff Sega doesn't actually have the legal rights to is insane.
Yeah, what I was gonna say is that I'm surprised that SNK hasn't like tried to be like, it's like, okay, we can mention this again because they've been re-releasing a lot of their Neo Geo Pocket stuff over the last few years. Like there's a Mega Man game that got released. There's like 2 Capcom versus SNK games. Like it's got a couple things. So I'm surprised that Pocket Adventure has never been in the work or like in any kind of talks to be getting a re-release or some kind of mention.
Hang on, I'm quickly writing some stuff down. I'm writing down all the things Sega don't own the rights to.
Oh. That's gonna be a bit of a long list. We're gonna be
you're
here for
right,
a bit.
yeah, we're gonna be here for a bit. I'm gonna stop. But it's just like Sonic 1 and 2 soundtrack, Sonic 3 soundtrack, live and learn.
Apparently mentioning Sonic 3 at all. Well, just showing the cover art because
because they always put it down as
only the cover art for Sonic and Knuckles is shown, but they do mention events of Sonic 3.
To be fair, I guess there is no such actual game as Sonic 3 and Knuckles. It is just the fusion of the two, but at the same time, I'd prefer to call it Sonic 3, to be honest.
Yeah, but if they do have to call it Sonic and Knuckles, whatever, it's fine.
Because what a badass threequel that was. But okay, Borger. Did you read the last one, Franken?
No, I believe Dylan
stupid
did.
Dylan did. Well, then I'm up. KB, once again, being very generous. Thank you, KB, with the $9.99. The fact Free Riders takes place after Shadow Gens is kind of sad, given how much Shadow was a jerk in Free Riders. Oh, fuck. Yeah, that's a really good point.
Yeah, hold on. That's...
Maybe...
So that means all of that, like, any kind of character building that could have taken place in Shadow Generations is just undone.
Maybe it's, like, the events happened, but the specifics are different. Like
we'll probably
Operation
get a retcon.
Big Wave.
We'll probably get a retcon on it.
Shadow was just in his bad bitch era. Like, it took him a second to land on a personality after the events of Shadow Gens.
He had a pebble in his shoe.
He was told he could get some of that sweet Batusi if he behaved like a bad bitch. Borger. All right. It's you.
KB with the $9.99 US. Thank you very much, KB. Lore Master Chris Hernandez said that the timeline is only showing the highlights and is subject to updates. So any games that were glossed over don't necessarily mean that they're not canon. Okay. So they're building this as it goes along, not just with like new titles, but also going through and seeing. That's so weird.
For all Sega
very
tried to... Sorry, go on.
It's very different than like how Nintendo handled the Zelda timeline, where it's like, this is the definitive timeline, this is what happens. Anything that comes out, it'd be pretty easy to speculate where it goes. Not just, oh, we have a constantly changing timeline where, oh, these events happened here, but what if we get like a major change or something?
Well, I was going to say, for all Sega tried to bury Archie, it has to be commended that now they're trying to have a cohesive canon when Archie did that first to nonsensical extents. Like, the shit Archie did to stay coherent was actually insane. Like, ridiculous. It was awesome. Yes, I'm giving praise to Penders. I don't give a fuck. Alright, Borger.
Fucking weird-ass Ken Penders.
Chris Penders. That's really funny, Chris Penders.
I just...
Why is that so funny?
That's just so he could get more work.
Chris Penders.
So he can go and trademark Green Knuckles.
Gruckles. That sounds like a slur.
Gruckles.
I don't like saying that.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Hang on.
Sounds like a horrible noise that your stomach would make.
It does. Like if you have kidney stones and then your stomach rumbles. Gruckles. All right, anyway.
When it gumbles. When it gumbles.
Oh, wait, hang on. We haven't read the last Giorno one, have we? Okay, so Giorno, being very generous with the $5 Richard dollars. Thank you, Giorno. Seems like the games that didn't release in Japan aren't on here, like Rivals, which simplifies Silver's story a bit, but now Other Egg could just be from Blazes. Well, Other Egg? I mean, he is, isn't he? Unless Rivals complicated that. No, because not only did Rivals complicate that, the Olympic Games also said that he's like a descendant of Dr. Robotnik. So I guess maybe he is just from Blazes World, which is how it should be. Because that's how it was in the first place.
It makes the most sense.
All right, that's righteous, bro. Next up, Borger.
Jorno with another 5. In another universe, this crossover was with Absolute DC, and Absolute Batman would have been kicking the shit out of Shadow to show he understands his pain.
You know what's wild is that Absolute Batman is like 21 years old, and I just look at him and I'm like, fuck. Like, that Batman is way younger than me, and look at him. Just fucking look at him.
He just starts kicking the shit out of him. It's like, I'm trying to show you, I understand Lost too.
Now, you know what? They should get the all-star Batman and Robin version of Batman, and he would just be a fucking dick to him and kidnap him. Okay.
They need the one from the comic where was it where they turned it into a meme of like Batman slapping Robin.
Yeah.
Just have Batman slapping Shadow.
So next up, we got KB with the $1.99. Thoughts on Sunset City being a... KB, we already read that one. We already read that one. I just think it's really funny to blame the person that sent the super chat rather than Dylan for reading it early. It's just so unreasonable. Thank you, KB.
So stupid. Dylan broke the rules, but KB gets in trouble.
Yeah, that's how it works, Nah, I say it's the
like
one that...
it's like you don't start the fight with someone, but you get in trouble for it.
Yeah, I've always had a policy though. If a person gives me money, they're no longer in trouble. So, fair enough, KB. Thank you.
Dylan's in trouble.
Yeah, he hasn't given me any money, so he's in trouble. Borger. This one doesn't have anything. We just got Jorno being a
Jorno with the super
yogurt.
chat. Thank you very much.
I don't know Jorno's gender, but like the yogurt male thing is just like a universal constant, I guess. Because people that don't feel the need to be heard and only wish to give are yogurt males. But
okay.
I don't know the gender of Jorno, so like I can't be sure.
This is the first time I've ever heard of something like that. So
You've never heard of yogurt male before? Huh, interesting.
yeah, no.
It's been kind of like a trope for a period. Anyway, your next one, Borger.
Let's see, Mr. Krabs with $1.99 US. Gromit, I wish Dillhouse was a good friend, Gromit.
Oh god.
My mind just went straight to Dilnor.
Just to think, Dilnor had a fucking career on YouTube for the longest time. Then he got on this podcast, and now people call him Millhouse.
Dillhouse.
Okay, so final super chat. Mr. Krabs is the Crab back again with the $4.99. Thank you again for your generosity, Mr. Krabs. Mr. Krabs. 7 donuts in hand, speed through nights with feet in sand. 7 donuts in hand, wonders all under command. Come on. Thank you, Mr. Krabs, Mr. Krabs. So stupid. So, shit, the skeleton is in the house. That means it's all over. Also, just Mike1911 has put a chat saying, Pup, I gave money before, but I was in trouble multiple times. Oh, no, it's all a joke. You're never actually in trouble, Mike. Trust me. I'm just playing around.
Or are you?
Man.
Or is he?
No, Mike. All is good, brother. All is absolutely A-okay.
Or is it?
Frank, stop it. Look, if a little clarity helps out, it helps out, So, like, I'll offer some credit. Fuck. What's the word I was saying? Clarity, not credibility. Right. Okay. You're about as in trouble as Frank is right now. Okay, so Frank, what are you?
I'm not in any trouble. I procrastinated this entire week, so I'm still working on the same 2 videos that I'm working on. One of them's going to come out early April, and the other one, hopefully by the end of the month. Unfortunately, it's not about Sonic. It's about a Mega Man fan game called Rock and Roll. So I have a lot to say about it, and I'm actually really excited to work on this video. Pup, what about you?
So I am trying to get some videos out, but I've had a bit of a wake-up call recently that's shown that I kind of need to put my health first a little bit, but also, like, money's really important. So I kind of put up a video explaining the situation and how anyone, if they want to, can help out. Obviously, no obligations whatsoever. But that's the video for the time being. We'll see what comes next. But I have to look after myself.
My concern with those videos is like a creator, like they'll get in their own head about like whether or not that's a good idea, because like some comments never end up as positive about it. Hey, sometimes a creator's got to open up about it. If unless you're gonna be like, oh, we gotta hit a tips goal every single time. It's like no. He's just kind of like laying it out there, and also letting you know what his plan for it is.
Yeah,
so
like it just had to be done. Obviously, like, I hate being called an e-beggar and stuff like that, but it's like, Those are
There are
comments from
far
people
worse
that,
people out there. You're not like a DSP or something like that. So
well, you don't know. My hand could be on my penis right now, for all you know.
no, that's before the stream.
Yeah, nah, during. I wanted to take it to the next level, you know. I want to go higher, baby.
Oh, the camera's on. The camera's on the whole time. Hello.
Man, he dealt with
But
that
yeah.
actually okay, all things considered. Like, that, it was actually one of the better moments in DSP's career, I think.
Oh, this guy. Oh my god. I'm a little too deep into the rabbit hole of like DSP lore, so.
Dude, Frank, we could do
There's-
a DSP episode of Off Track.
Oh my god. I don't know if I want to do that because that just feels like
Commentary tube. I don't like that either.
yeah, commentary tube is not my favorite thing, despite the fact that I consume that shit. But it's like I don't want to add to it. I'll make a joke every now and then, but that's as far as I go.
Yeah. Yeah, no, definitely. Like, the little offhand joke from time to time. Like, we don't need to be spilling their beans and stuff. And I also, I'm just seeing a lot of people in the chat. I really do appreciate you. Yeah, if you haven't seen the video, I do go through the entire reasoning behind everything that's going on. And also, Mike just wants to make sure that the hosts know where the 1911 in his name comes from. Do you know, Frank? I'm pretty sure we all know now, but, like, do you know what the 1911 is?
I feel like it comes from like the name of a weapon.
It is a weapon. It is a gun. But
Okay, so all right.
it's the gun that
What's the
killed
part of-
Maria.
Oh god,
Savage,
I
right?
did not think. Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that there was a specific gun. I thought it was just like one where it kind of resembles a gun, a real gun, but okay, yeah.
It would be so funny if they had
Damn.
like a, you know how like Unleashed has the little thing where it gives you like bits of information about the badniks and stuff. If they just had like the gun that killed Maria. Don't even put it in SA2. Put it in Unleashed for no reason.
It's into like Shadow Generations.
No, you know how you can like buy
like in a trope.
You know
What's
how you
up?
can like buy souvenirs for Professor Pickle? Like you can buy him like, you know, the little pennants. Just have the gun that killed Maria in there.
But you can only buy it in Empire City.
Oh, that's really funny. Oh, Jesus Christ. Fuck.